got my scarf, got my old coat. I got a footy game to go to. Footy's on, footy's here again. Back to greet me like an old friend. And well, that's the thing about, that's what I like about. Yeah, that's the thing about football. I'll meet a friend outside the ground. We'll argue over who's gonna win. He'll go for his team, I for mine. We'll watch him slug it out right to the end. And show me the crowd and I'll take my place. I'm hungry for the taste of it. And well, that's the thing about, that's what I like about. Yeah, that's the thing about football. That's what football means to me. That's how I like my footy to be. And well, that's the thing about, that's what I like about. Yeah, that's the thing about football. That's what I like about. Yeah, that's the thing about football. That's what I like about. Yeah, that's the thing about I got a long road to walk down to catch a tram to my favorite ground. Use my legs, use my voice, make some noise, support the boys. And that's what football means to me. That's how I like my footy to be. And well, that's the thing about, that's what I like about. Yeah, that's the thing about football. That's what I like about. Yeah, that's the thing about football. That's what I like about. Yeah, that's the thing about football. That's what I like about. Yeah, that's the thing about
The siren to start the reserves final quarter, and also the siren to start filming footy's coverage from one of the Hills Football League's most iconic venues. Jeff Pistole and the Call to Wild team are here with you for our global live stream from the balcony atop Arkaba Oval in Heathfield as we ready ourselves for the round 13 Division 1 A grade clash between the hosting Mount Lofty Devils and Hahndorf. And as usual, on board is someone's always with a high view when it comes to the Viva Hills footy. Good afternoon, Benny Goldfinch.
Oh, Pistols, here we are. One of our favourite places to call from. Sometimes normally we're in here, but today we're out in the outer a little bit more.
Yeah, getting the feel of the terraces or the balcony.
So, no, very much looking forward to this contest. Mount Lofty keen to respond after last week's return of 4 goals 20, having a conversion rate of 40% this season. Some real concerns about the goal kicking, so hopefully they can get it together. I'm sure Coach Borden's got it worked out, and coming up against a team that's only lost 3 minor round matches since 2018 under the reins of Matt Golding, who we'll get to shortly. Got a bit of an interview coming up with Matt. So, third versus first on the ladder, so it should be a cracker.
Absolutely, we must say a big cheerio to our usual man who's here. But feeling a bit poorly today. Of course, Jaden J. Hill, so we know he'll be tuning
He's still
in.
here in spirits. I've got all his stats on the screen here.
Yes, that's right. The stats that matter. Be able to tell you how many codgels he has today and how many jars of Vicks Vapor Rub he has. But on the sick list, Jaden J. But hopefully he'll be back next week. So hopefully he'll be home by the fire, Benny, and watching as it all comes through to, as usual, here on Filming Footy. And of course, adding a touch of professionalism to things, the usual wonderful technical team. Of course, Will Laws, we didn't scare him much last week. He's come back, our producer. And also, of course, the erstwhile cameraman extraordinaire, James Davis, is with us, anticipating a big game tonight, also at Adelaide Oval.
Yes.
Port supporter, our man.
Similar sort of clash.
Yes, it is.
First
indeed.
versus second, today first versus third.
I'll tell you what, I haven't got the official reading, Benny, but I reckon it's about, it'll be single digits at the moment, the temperature here at Mount Lofty, and throughout some times later in the afternoon, I suggest the floodlights will be coming on also. But once again, a big thanks to our Call to Wild Stream media supporters, of course, Filming Footy, Sports Interactive, Dartfish, of course, HFL sponsors, Police Credit Union, Closey Supermarkets, West End, Sports Power, Sharon, and the Courier newspaper, Rossdale Homes, and of course, very importantly, Think Road Safety and
I've got
Sports
the sponsors for respective clubs here. Pistols,
beautiful.
Hagen Menzel for Hahndorf, of course. Hagen Menzel Contractors, do yourself a favour, check them out. Harcourts, Hogan and Rossdale Homes, and for the home team Mount Lofty, it's Arkaba Hotel, BMD, Duxton Capital, and of course 24 Fit.
Fantastic, and as we say each and every week, thank you very much to all the generous supporters and sponsors of Hills Football
And of
League.
course we're on Lofty 88.9 Adelaide Hills Community Radio today, so if you love your community radio, which we do, tune in during the week on 88.9 or lofty.org.au. But if you're keen to just have a listen today, do that. Tune in on the radio.
Probably a very good option to be sitting home by the fire and just perhaps have the
Combination of two.
Yeah, have the two on. So fantastic. So, Benny, as we said, the most daunting test in Hills football arrives today at Heathfield for the hosting Devils, tackling, as you said, the so far all-conquering undefeated Mount Hahndorf Magpies. Their third versus top, as you said, Lofty would be very mindful to perform better than last week. Just 4 goals, 20, and as you said, sloppy to say the least. 40% conversion rate. That is, well, very harrowing stat, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Very much so. I think they've only kicked more goals than points twice this season, if I remember.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Well, interestingly, they're coming up against a side that's kicked nearly 58 goals more, but there's some hope for the Devils as they've only conceded 9 goals more than the Magpies. So it seems the Devils are pretty good at one end, but the other end, when the main end where it counts of finishing, get a bit sloppy, as I said.
They do, but they've got a good defensive line, Mount Lofty, and forwards. Josh Sykes had apparently a few shots last week, just couldn't quite find his range, so be looking for a big return from him today.
He would have had a few shots during the week too, Ben. Hey, but having said that, a major blow for him because Mr. Reliable Nick Thompson, because the representative key defender is out this afternoon for the Devils, so it's a bit of a thorn in the side.
That is a blow, and for Hahndorf, we know that Ben Salt and Zabian Parker Boers have been selected for South Australia at the the Country Championship
congratulations
against WA in Perth. So
curtain raiser to the Dockers game over there
against Sydney. So,
so
well done to those two.
So we're just waiting for see the formulation of the Hahndorf side when they run out. As usual, playing the cat and mouse, so we'll be able to give you that. But Mount Lofty, a few ins. Damon Peterson coming in for his first A-grade game for this season. Also, Big Will Healy, Jerry, he's coming. This will be his second game, but his first A-grade game for a couple of years. He was at Lofty a few years ago, went back to Bridgewater, Callington, and then back up to the Devils this year, and been selected some pretty good performances in the Bees, and also perhaps wanting a bit more height in their defensive area. So well done to Jerry, Will Healy.
So we were talking about Matt Golding's coaching record. Obviously only lost 3 minor round matches as coach, looking for his 5th A-grade premiership this season. And a couple of weeks ago we caught up with him at Hahndorf, and so the subjects are still relevant for now, so we thought we'd play that. So here's Coach Matt Golding and potentially Sam Williams at the end if we've got enough time. So here it is, Matt Golding, coach of Hahndorf, 4-time premiership coach. Alrighty, great privilege to join by Hahndorf, 4-time premiership coach, aiming to be 5, Matt Golding. How are you?
Okay, Ben, going well. How about you?
Yeah, good, thanks. Your thoughts on the season so far? Undefeated, heading into the clash against Blackwood.
Yep.
What are some things that you're impressed with and improvements?
Yeah, good question. I guess haven't dropped a game yet, so that's the pleasing part. Have we hit top gear yet? I don't think so. I think there's still a fair bit more scope for the guys to improve as the season goes on. I guess the thing that's impressed me the most is just the even contribution from a number of guys. There's been no heavy reliance on a few guys. It's been a number of guys. A squad mentality where everyone's contributing, everyone's playing the right way and doing the right things at the right time. So we're maybe not kicking the same sort of scores as Nan are against the bottom couple of teams, but at the same time we probably haven't really been, I guess, troubled deep into last quarters either. So we felt we've had a reasonable start, but still some upside from the group in the back end of the year.
Last year you consistently had 20 to 21 or 21 local product. Same again this year. What does that mean to you and the rest of the club to have that consistently going on to this year?
Yeah, it's definitely a good attribute for the club. I think last year it was Jake Westbrook as the only real points player. This year it's Jesse Landers, and the other 20 guys are Hahndorf juniors. I think I've got that right. That sounds right, doesn't it? So look, none of my good doing, but all the work done, many years ago with the junior programs and that type of thing. I've obviously got the guys sort of well skilled and they've played in a lot of successful junior teams together over the years and that sort of growth and I guess progression to the seniors has been pretty easy for some. I think it's great. Like you look at other guys' team sheets and there's 15 points and 18 points and I think we've only got 6 to play with, but we're only using half of them on one player. So I think everyone at Hahndorf's pretty proud of that, no doubt.
And that one player's pretty handy this year, Jesse Landers.
Yep.
Where would he rate in terms of a pickup for you guys since your time here?
Oh, look, right towards the top, no doubt about that. So I guess Jesse's kind of two-pronged, so either a real competitive sort of marking forward that crashes the pack and spills the ball, or is a really good tap ruckman, which we've used him for most of this year, given Dan hasn't played a whole lot of footy yet. But I think when Dan's back and having Jesse go forward and give Luke and Benny Salt and Pedler and those guys a bit of a hand, I think the other forwards will really enjoy Jesse being down there. Obviously a bigger body. He can kind of, engage with big defenders and sort of outmuscle them. And if Jesse's not marking it, I'm sure Ben Salt will be pretty happy being third up and taking a mark in front of goal. So we're looking to use him, definitely through the midfield and in the ruck, but as a forward in the back part of the year.
Only lost 2 minor round matches as coach since 2018. How do you like to structure a season? Obviously heading into this interleague break, you talked about giving the guys the week off and stuff, and then heading into this period before the July 8th. So over the years, what have you learnt about how the side like to operate during the minor round? Because you've been obviously pretty dominant.
Yeah, I guess we have been. The numbers say that. We've always done a bit of a running program after the June long weekend on a Tuesday night, so we've done that every year, where we do a little running block on a Tuesday, and that's each and every Tuesday from after the June long weekend, which is now, through to the final. So I think that does help overall, but really it's about trying to bank wins in this hard part of the year where it's a bit dark, it's a bit cold, a bit wet. So June and July can be a little bit of a slog, I guess, for all teams. So just trying to bank the wins now and then know that the work that you put in now is going to hold you in good stead for August and for September and beyond. So I guess that's probably the sort of the training phase. And then in terms of selection, it's pretty tough to get a spot. So the guys are really keen once they get that opportunity to try and stay in the side. We've got some good depth and some really, really good players playing in the Bs. So I guess it's just trying to manage the group and get the informed team on the park and try and get a result each and every Saturday.
Scott Madson's come in. How's that been? A seamless sort of transition between last year and this year? Yeah,
it has been. So obviously had Jason DeLuca for the first what are we talking 5 years, and Scott's come in this year. Obviously coached A-grade footy in his own right and has a good understanding of the game. Obviously being a teacher up in the hills and being involved in Sturt's program, there's a number of guys at Hahndorf that he already sort of knows, which I think was of benefit. But he's fitted in great, to be honest. No complaints there. We've been pretty lucky to land someone like that as the assistant coach and the B grade coach. So, definitely a thumbs up for Scotty so far.
And competition itself, the 5 has looking pretty strong at the moment. Lofty and Nan on the rise. Your thoughts and Onkers as well. Your thoughts on the competition?
Yeah, definitely. So I mean, obviously Nan, I think are going particularly well. They're probably, to be totally honest, they're probably the standout. But I think Lofty, aren't far behind them. They're a really, really strong team. I think they play their ground really, really well. And I think our next 3 or 4 games sees us play away at Nan and Lofty in the next month. So that'll be a good point for our guys, no doubt about that. Onkers have improved a heap. They've added some quality guys to their team and back to their team as well. And then Uraidla always have a little sort of growth patch in the second half of the year, so I expect they'll improve. And Lobethal again, just trying to stay in touch with the injuries they've had, and I'm sure if they can get in the 5, they'll back themselves to do some damage as well. So pretty open, really. Yeah, absolutely.
And final one, what do you enjoy about coaching at Hahndorf?
Oh, the simple and obvious thing is the winning, but I think just the group, they're a pretty special group, and after 5 or 6 years you get pretty attached to these guys, and seeing a lot of them come through from a pretty young age, and now the kids that we played early days in 2018, the Joel Leakes and the Braden Hopgoods and those types, they're all 20, what will they be, 23, 24 years old now, so they're sort of progressing really well. And then the older guys sort of hang in there, and then a really, really strong group of that mid-tier, the Sam Hayden, Sam Williams, Adam Trenorden, obviously back at the footy club. So a really, really good, strong sort of middle core of players that, have got some real good experience, some winning experience, and they've got years left in the tank as well. So, look, pretty enjoyable. I'm not sure what else. I'm not sure what normal people do on Tuesday, Thursdays and Saturdays, but I'm pretty happy coming up here and coaching these guys for sure.
Tremendous, Matt. We might bring the captain in here. Just your thoughts on him. Obviously happy to have him back in the lineup after the unfortunate injury late last year.
Yeah, look, no doubt. I would like to have that grand final over again, and I'd like to have our number 12 out there playing it, no doubt about that. We're obviously a better team when he's in it. He's led the team really well, and I'm sure he's keen to have a strong back after the year, after a pretty nasty injury. So to work back from that has been a credit to him, and I'm sure he's keen to have a big second half of the year. So I'll let him tell you all
about it. We'll bring him in.
Mate.
Thanks, Matt. Appreciate that. Sam Williams, captain of Hahndorf. Always a pleasure. How you doing?
Good, going well. It's pretty brisk on this Thursday night, but training a little bit later will be good.
Now, as under Matt, undefeated at the moment. What are some positives from your end, and also areas of improvement for the guys as we head into the second half of the season?
Not too sure what Matt said, but as in Matt Golding, but I think trying to get a couple of 4-quarter performances under our belts would be a great start. I think we've played really well in patches. Haven't put 4 good quarters of footy together yet.
From yourself, how are you feeling? Obviously, after the injury late last year against Uraidla, feeling strong?
Yeah, feeling good. It took me a while, must be honest, to kind of get back into the swing of things. I probably underestimated how much toll that would take. Had a real late start pre-season, probably wasn't starting running until late January, so fitness was nowhere near where it probably should have been, but there's times where you just can't do anything about it. But feeling good now. Last couple of games have got back into it, got a bit of footy, which helps, and trying to run as much as I can. Having
Adam Trenorden in the midfield with you this year, how you found that?
Yeah, it's good. He finds himself in good spots. We work well together. I think the midfield group just work well together, having him in there. He's such a beautiful kick as well, works the whole ground. So it's been great fun having him. He's obviously a star player, and sometimes if guys like Troy and myself, Sam Hayden, need to take a step back because he's on fire, give him the ball more. That's what we've got to do as a team.
Who are some players that have impressed you this year in terms of stepping up?
Probably a few. Like obviously Cooper Hoff got injured in the off season. I feel like he's come back really well. He started a touch slow, but he's working into it beautifully. Last couple of games has played well. Jack Kleeman is another one. Not big by stature, but he's so good by foot. He's so cool, calm, collected. That's what you want in a really good backman, especially someone would be 19, 20. So, probably those two at the moment. And then obviously getting Jesse Landers from Uraidla. With Dan being out last couple of weeks, he's been huge.
You got Blackwood and then Nan, and also Mount Barker coming up, Mount Lofty. That Mount Barker game, Indigenous round, I think Matty Cooper's having involvement there with the Guernsey and stuff. Obviously another important game coming up, that one?
Yeah, it'll be good. I've had a sneak peek at the Guernseys as well, and they look really good this year. Obviously, the last couple, they've been also really nice, but a bit of a different colour and a different feel to them, and Coops will hopefully tell his story.
What are your thoughts on the competition at the moment?
It's a strange one. I feel like there's a lot of teams that can beat each other. At the moment, obviously, the top five, so there's a big difference between 6th and 5th, I believe. But yeah, there's obviously teams taking a step back due to injury and guys leaving, which always happens, and then younger teams coming up, getting that extra year experience. So found it pretty even on the whole.
You joined us last year in the grand final day. You wanted to be out there. That's just there in the back of the mind that obviously you got a bit of work to do, but get back there and maybe get some redemption?
Yeah, the short answer is yes, absolutely. We've got so much to go before that. We've played 8 games in a colour trial game, so we're not going as well as we probably could be or should be. But grand final is always the end goal, and every year that I play footy, grand final's got to be the end goal, no matter what. So yeah, there's a lot of water to go under the bridge. Yeah.
Thanks, Sam. Appreciate it. All the best for the rest of the year.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Good man.
You're live to Arkaba over in Heathfield in the dying stage. A very exciting reserves game here at the moment. A replay of last year's grand final at the moment. Hahndorf 5-6 leading the Devils 4-6.
In the reserves? Yep.
Yeah, replay of last year's
I
reserves grand
meant
final.
just in case people are tuned in, it's not the A grade. Yeah.
So high kick here and marked by Cooper Fort right on the goal line. Walked over. Is that a point? No, it's the umpire. So exciting contest here. As I said, last year's grand finalists, Mount Lofty, just unable to run down the Magpies here. So final scores in the reserves. Curtain raiser, 5-6 Hahndorf have defeated Mount Lofty, the reigning premier 4-6. But another great spirited contest and high standard between these two sides. Benny, so a good win there.
Just got some stats from Jaden here.
Yes, hang on, I'll just take through something. I've got something here I was going to bring up before. Now, Mount Lofty, we talk about droughts in footy. Yep. Last time Mount Lofty A-grade defeated Hahndorf, was here in round 3, April 16, 2011, under the coach Ben Coleman. Mount Lofty, this might tie in with their scoring woes at the moment, Benny. Mount Lofty 7-17-59, defeated Hahndorf 8-10-58, a 1-point margin. Now, memory lane here. Goals, Mount Lofty, Flash Gordon 2, Heath Cutting 2, Bradley Birch, who's actually been running around in this B-grade game, 2, and Alex Weeks. Best players for Mount Lofty were Luke O'Brien, Connor Healy, Matt Penny, Daniel Bird, Brett Pistola and Jared McDonald. The goals for Hahndorf were Johnson 3, Marshall 2, Bonner, Jenner, Bartamucci each one, and best players were Scott Paul, of course, Marl Millers, the Stallion, Scott Perling, Tim Nicholas, Johnson, Hughes, and Hudson Trafford Walker. Now, as I said, Brad Birch was out in the B-grade game here just concluded, but the only 2 players in the A-grade lineup coming up who are still remain from that game back in 2011 are Alex Weeks, the Mount Lofty captain, and of course the ageless Scott Perling. So there you are. It's been a long time between drinks for Mount Lofty and A-grade football.
2011.
Against Hahndorf. Bearing in mind they did play in a separate competition division in 2014, but still 12-year drought.
12-year drought. Well, we'll see if they can break it today.
So what else have you got?
I got straight from Jaden J. Hill, Carrier Pigeon. What do we got here? Hahndorf have won 21 in a row against Mount Lofty at an average margin of 60 points.
Average margin?
He's got 59.80, but I've rounded it up to 60. 10 goal average margin for 21 in a row.
Wow.
Hahndorf haven't conceded more than 10 goals against Mount Lofty since round 8 2015. Hahndorf haven't conceded 10 goals against the Devils at Mount Lofty since round 8 2013. The average margin between the two teams is 53 points overall, and the average margin at Mount Lofty is 47 points. Hahndorf have scored a whopping... He's outdone himself here. Hahndorf have scored a whopping 1,239 more goals than Mount Lofty have in the 24 games. Hahndorf have lost 6 out of 48 quarters this season.
What?
There you go.
Over 1,200 goals
More than Mount Lofty in that period. And here come the Magpies.
Because Hahndorf wearing their alternate strip here today. I don't know if the clash of colours, the black and white stripes with the candy stripes are Lofty, but they're going for the grey sort of,
And
horizontal stripe.
Player making their debut,
Yes.
Pistols, is Lockie Huxtable.
So a famous
Presented
name
with
at
his
Hahndorf.
Guernsey pre-game, as we see, number 51 today.
Yep.
So well done to him.
Premiership player, the name of Huxtable. So we're waiting to see how he goes, the young man.
That's a close huddle work going out there between both sides' Pistols, almost running together.
Could be Collingwood and Essendon in that night game many years ago. But, now they separate, or else I think it was Central Districts and Nord at the parade a few years ago under the reign of
Might
Neil
just get James, if possible. Coach Michael Borden's got the beanie on, looking very rugged up, whereas Matt Golding's got the pair of shorts on and a hat.
Yes. Goldie, a tough man, sets high standards for his team, and certainly they haven't let him down, that's for sure. But we must say, conditions here, how would you describe them about Benny?
Cool. Feels 9 degrees, feels like 6 apparently.
That's the official rating from the Bomb, as we're going to have the life members toss of the coin here. And I think
Need a stick to poke James.
I think you'll find it's Alan Miller.
Yep.
I think he's 86 years old. He was originally involved with the Stirling Football Club, played in the 1953 Premiership side, Benny, so that's 70 years ago. And he is going to be doing the
out
traditional
there.
life members toss of the coin here, accompanied by Megan Burton.
We would like to extend a warm welcome to everybody at Arkaba Oval today, and a big thank you to our matchday sponsor in Hydro Seeding Australia. Today we would like to welcome Alan Miller, who is a life member of Stirling Football Club and Mount Lofty District Football Club, as he is doing us the honour of tossing the commemorative life member coin for our match against Hahndorf. After starting his football career in his teens at Goodwood Tech, he progressed to Colts football at South Adelaide, and then played reserves from 1950. Not long after, Alan returned to the Hills and commenced playing for the Stirling Football Club, with great success coming soon after. He played in 6 premierships in 9 years with Stirling, playing in the winning sides in 1952, 53, 54 and 55, and then in 1957 and 1960. Alan retired from playing in 1964. He was noted as being a strong, determined, two-sided player, and was known for being an exceptional forward. A life member of Stirling Football Club, he became a member of the special 4-person committee which managed the difficult job of bringing Heathfield Allgate United and Stirling Football Clubs together to form Mount Lofty District Football Club and enter the new and progressive SAFA competition in the city. Alan was also granted life membership of Mount Lofty in 1986. Alan always had a strong connection to sport in the local community, while he enjoyed many years of playing football, cricket and golf in the area. As Alan makes his way off the oval, could you please show your appreciation for his outstanding dedication to both the Stirling and Mount Lofty District Football Clubs? We say thank you sincerely on behalf of everybody from Mount Lofty and Stirling for all that you did for both clubs. Give it up for Alan, everybody.
So well done, Alan Miller. As I said, 86 years young, I think he is now. It's great to see him, as I said, one of the pioneers of football in the Stirling district with the Stirling Football Club, and then becoming involved with the formation of the Mount Lofty Football Club in 1979, forming on the management committee in the early days. So the toss has been done. Benny?
Yes. I just want to, once again, Hahndorf few out. Ben Salt and Zamien Parker-Board, both sides a few out. Zamien Parker-Board, though, and Ben Salt, well done to them, representing South Australia today, is it?
Yes, I think it is
Against
today.
WA at the Country Championship, so all the best. And as we said, Lachlan Huxtable making his A-grade debut for Hahndorf. And for the Mount Lofty Devils, I know Archer Borden got injured last week with calf. Tomo, as you said, Pistols is out, but a couple of ins for them.
Yeah, Damo Peterson in the side, and also Will Healy. Damo for his first game and season, A-grade game, and also Will Healy, so well done. Umpires this afternoon, Billy Tonkin, of course, the assistant umpire's coach, and first look at umpire Trevor Morrison. Benny, on the boundaries, Lincoln Hutchison, Ruby Richards, Jordan Crisp and Zach Hutchison, and in goals, Alan Christian and Chris McCardle. So they're the officials here this afternoon.
What a great matchup on this wing, McTaggart versus Sam Hayden.
Fantastic. Got very experienced Sam Hayden, one of the leading players, and against a young up-and-comer.
Over the other side is Kai Tucker versus James Tripodi on the outer side wing, so that'll be a great matchup too.
So all in readiness now for what's anticipated to be a pretty exciting game, top versus third, but the Devils will certainly want to make a good account of themselves. They come across the, almost unbeatable force so far this season in Hahndorf, as the Magpies going to the left of screen or left of your dial, so underway. One down by Roberts, centre pitch area, Williams using his body, Roberts follows up, the big man, held there, umpire Morrison right on the spot.
Got to apply enormous heat all day against Hahndorf, that's obvious.
So, Grundy, Roberts wins it down with experience. Here's McTaggart. Chance overruns the ball. Here's a chance for Hayden. Flips it back to Roberts. Gets the first click away. Sport there was Jared Mail. Enters the cricket pitch. Here's Sammy Williams dispossessed there. Comes back to Parker Bowles. Troy variety. Bit of aerial ping pong at the moment. Coming through. I'll cleverly tap through there. Devils comes out here. Ball back here's Hayden. Scrambly play. Comes back to Tripodi. The pass skipper gives it back to Perling. Switches play to Jens, two experienced bodies combining there. Jens puts it forward. Here's a chance for Miles. Waiting back in the pack. Right in front of the grandstand area, pavilion. McTaggart gets assistance there from Hyde. He's well tackled there. Goes to ground. Here's a chance for Hopgood. Hurry kick away. Here's the little master. Miles. Could be taken high there.
Yep.
As infringed there as adjudicated by umpire Tonkin. So little master Sam Miles with the free kick.
All right. Important period for Mount Lofty. Miles kicks it towards the half-forward line. Carmody went up. Jens sockers off the ground beautifully to Tripodi. He'll run through the middle of Arkaba Oval and kick long inside 50. Roberts was at the back but brought it to ground level. Eckerman against his ex-teammates gets it on. Kick out of the fence. 1-on-1 contest. Great work there by Hayden. Brought it to ground level. Good shovel out by Weeks. Got it to Carmody. McTaggart, one of the best wingmen in the competition, kicks it towards the half-forward line. Sykes on a full lead against Leake. Good work by Leake. Gets it to Babbage, the 1-2. Daniel Roberts, without Jesse Landers last few weeks, carrying the ruck load. Jensch, meantime, centre-half back, got a few touches early and finds Trenorden.
So Trenorden just caresses the ball to the centre of the ground to Williams. Thought about the handball. We'll go back. So Sammy Williams, the skipper, goes long inside 50. Target there is Luke Roberts, slips through. Here's a chance for Miles, starting defence this afternoon. Goes to ground under pressure there, applied by Cooper Hoff. Umpire Tonkin on the scene says no prior opportunity, so we'll have a ball up right in front of the scoreboard. No score on the board, 2 minutes into the game here, round 13 contest. Who's it going to be unlucky for? Ball hacked forward. Here's a chance around the corner. High ping at the shots by Daniel Zander, bouncing in the goal square, then finally taken over line by Damon Peterson, as we said, returning to the A-grade side this afternoon. First score on the board here, just under 3 minutes is behind to the Magpies.
And just a reminder, we're on Call of the Wild Facebook page, Hills Football League Facebook page, Filming Footy YouTube. Get involved, get the comments in there, let us know where you're coming in from. Riley Grundy's given away a free kick, according to umpire Trevor Morrison, against Daniel Roberts, and also we're on Lofty 88.9. So Roberts kicks the ball inside 50 at the back of the bus. Looks like a mark to Jaron Mail. So repeat forward entries there for the Magpies. Well weighted kick, and Mail's taken the mark.
Bit of indecision there by the Lofty defenders. Morby being involved there, so looked at the teammate and they said that yours, mine, theirs, as Mail just really in the end took an uncontested mark. So chance here for Jaron Mail to raise the first major of the afternoon. He's kicked 15 for the season so far for the Magpies. So on the left foot, kicks from about 30 metres straight out in front, makes no mistake. So after the opening behind, they've countered with the first goal. So Hahndorf 1-1, leading the Devils yet to get on the board.
2015 in that premiership breakthrough for the Magpies. He was best on in the grand final. And back in the lineup this season, and a very handy player playing in that forward line at the moment. Also can go onto a wing in the midfield, any position. So, of course, his brother Trent, also previous premiership player at Hahndorf. So back in the middle, Roberts once again against Grundy. Williams opposed to Alex Weeks, so the two captains going head-to-head. Sam Hayden, meantime, versus McTaggart, wins it, and Trenorden cops one high against McTaggart. So, good start by Hahndorf. Trenorden keen to move it on quickly, inside 50. Cooper Hoff's down there, Luke Roberts as well. Went through the midst of the Mount Lofty defender. Meantime, Eckerman, outside of the boot, good kick. Pop over pass, McTaggart, not the best kick. And Trenorden slides in, pushes it out of bounds, so just in front of us here. Hahndorf 1-1, Mount Lofty yet to score.
Good sprinkling of zone players. Of course, won the SA Country Championships at Benny. Of course, Eckerman for Mount Lofty and the Parker boys. And of course, Manus, one of them, Zabians, who's playing in the state country team this afternoon over in Western Australia. Bouncing ball up forward.
Huxtable.
Grabbed there by the young man. Huxtable gives it off to Mo, already a goal kicker. Goes on the outside of the but fortuitous. Diving mark, heads it back to Mo. They might have coughed it up there.
Coughed it up.
And Luke Roberts, in his anxiety there, anxiousness to share the ball, perhaps could have gone back and had the shot after a good tumbling mark. But meanwhile, Miles brings it back in for the Devils, goes towards the outer Coventry side wing, off hands there. Could have been held out the ball. Wes Weeks getting involved there. Number 28 dives over the ball. Drill's trapped over him underneath Tripodi as well. Umpire Morrison will come in and ball it up.
Yep, Braden Hopgood opposed to, looks like Harry Weeks, just outside the contest here. Meantime, it's gone forward though for Hahndorf. Zander takes the mark, and he'll kick bang on 50 here with Miles on the mark. Babbage just going up to him, have a bit of a chat. Good start by Hahndorf.
Has kicked 7 for the year so far, Benny.
So Zander. That's... Babbage had gone up to him for a bit of a chat and then drifted inside 50 and taken the mark.
Teeny's just told him the old 1-2 play
Kick
here.
it to me.
Yeah, that's right. So, Babbage, of course, spent the past 2 seasons playing with the CMS Crows on York Peninsula. Has kicked 11 for the season. Past premiership player. Just sort of really stabbed it in the ball, but gets the desired effect. So the second on the board here for the Magpies through the agency of Tommy Babbage. They move to 2-2 as we've played 6.5 minutes here. Round 13, Division 1 clash between Mount Lofty and Hahndorf coming to you through Filming Footy.
So back in the middle, Trenorden, Troy Parker-Bors, Daniel Roberts, Joel Parker-Bors. Of course, a couple of weeks ago was the Rodney Maynard medalist in the Eastern Zone Championship win. Won the MAC medal as well. He's in red-hot form in that midfield for Hahndorf. Of course, their brother Zabian playing for SA. Tyson Hones in there, Alex Weeks, Riley Grundy, and also looks Jake Aish. Meantime, Hahndorf looking to get another clearance here. Parker-Bors around there. Joel, Trenorden. Quick hands to Hayden off his wing. Kicks it towards the half-forward line. Great start by Zander against Miles. So Hahndorf controlling the play early. Kicks the ball inside 50 to Luke Roberts. Over the top of him. Got it to Babbage. Mount Lofty's defence trying to clear it here. Good work there by Carmody. Quick handball to Aish. Hone was held on to it centre half back. Haven't got much time or space. A lot of pressure on this one. Tyson Hone works the ball out to Kai Tucker with the red or orange boots. It pops over the ball, over the top, and looks like Mount Lofty looking to use the outer side here, Pistols.
Yeah, pops up the line to Carmody, who's covered a lot of ground. He was involved across half-back just a moment ago, so now he's the recipient. Decides to put the ball back to a teammate. Doesn't misses the spot. There's a chance there for the Pies. Handball comes out to Hopgood. The Dillon variety. Feeds the ball off here. Loose ball here. Great pace shown by Hone. Could have got a push in the back there from Mail.
Yep.
Yes, umpire Tonkin right on the spot. So Hone quickly puts up the wrong 2 weeks. Survivor of the last A-grade victory by Mount Lofty over the Pies back in 2011. He picks out number 11 in McTaggart.
Yep, McTaggart just in front of us here. Just over the mitt of Joel Tripodi. Purling.
Joe Root catch there.
Purling against Aish. You can see Hahndorf are on song early as Joel Parker Bores. The player down behind play here. That's interesting. Hopefully he's all right. Not in the best shape. Luke Roberts, meantime, has kicked a point. Slowly
like
getting to their feet.
Looks like there's the red shed.
He's saying I've got to come off.
Yeah, missed that one. Meanwhile, minus scores result. So the Pies 2-3. Devils yet to get on the scoreboard here on Call to Wild. 9 minutes just expired here at a rather brisk conditions at Arkaba Oval-Heathfield. Off hands there from the Shermanator, Will Sherman. Out over the line, so the Boundary Academy boy will bring the ball back into play. Good crowd in the house. And the conditions not too bad, as Benny said, hovering around the 6 degree mark. Feels like.
Well, last week against Uradler, Hahndorf conceded the first goal, and then I think they went on a run of 15 unanswered goals. Jeffrey. So let's have to kick the first two here. So let's see what the Devils can do here, because McTaggart's got it. We know he's usually a good user of the ball. Kicks it to Josh Sykes. That's good for their Devils. Wes Weeks pushing hard here. Magpies pushing back quickly. Sykes kicks the ball inside 50. That's a poor kick. Straight down the throat of Sam Hayden. And they usually love this situation, Pistols. They like to run and carry the ball from defence, and Yench is always a great user of the ball.
So the silky one just puts it out wide.
Huxtable.
Huxtable, the youngster. Early. That's good to see in his A-grade debut. Chips up the line and finds Adam Trenorden already knocking up. Back in the ranks at Hahndorf after a pretty handy career at Sturt, where he played league footy, reserves premiership. Puts it back here to Yench. So the former Adelaide Crow will go long across here and finds the six-time premiership player in the GOAT, Scott Perling. Perling just chips it forward.
Huxtable.
To Huxtable, who's racking him up. Gives it back out here to Silky Yench. Yench just toe pokes across the line to Trenorden. These three guys have just been hanging on the ball for the last couple of minutes. Ball over the line. Was meant for Troy Parker Bowles out of the line last touch. Looks like it's been paid and will be taken for the Devils.
A lot of this is psychological, obviously, from Mount Lofty Pistols. As you said, haven't beaten Hahndorf since 2011. They're just got to get one forward, get a bit of momentum going. Perling kicks the ball from half back out towards the wing. Oh, great Mark Carmody. He started well. They're third for a reason. Oh, that's a poor kick. Joel Parker Bores takes the mark, picks it off. So Parker Bores drifting forward. Here's Karatai. Picks it up. Nice work, young man. Kick, handball over the top. Xander versus Miles. Good Shepherd. And a nice little kick inside 50. Hasn't quite come off there with Hoff seeing the ball out of bounds.
So Boundary throw-in just up from the scoreboard, which reads Hahndorf 2-3. Devils yet to get on the board. 11.5 minutes gone here. Call to Wild. Trust you're enjoying our global stream coming to you through Filming Footy, Sports Interactive and Dartfish. So high toss in. Front position by Luke Roberts. Fists over the back in the corridor. First get to be Kai Tucker.
Oh, no.
Just sums up the Devils' start to this game as him and Morby ran into each other. Oh, well done by Tucker, who came back.
Good work.
Well done. Good second effort. That's a Devils collision, Morby and Tucker, but friendly fire, but Tucker good enough applied the tackle, so no harm done as he nurses it across here to Carmody. The Bone Digger goes out towards the pavilion grandstand flank. Oh, nice falcon there, I'd suggest, off the head of Jerry Will
Good period here for the Devils. 6 minutes without a goal, and they're starting to settle into it here. Need one now on the scoreboard.
Yeah, well, it's pretty daunting playing against a side with a great record. As you said, Benny Wood have lost 3 minor round games in the 4 or 5 years. Tapped down there by young man at Huxtable.
Doing the rucking, young Huxtable.
Yeah, was doing it all here. Is Grundy. So Grundy quickly gets across the experience. 6-time best and fairest winner, Sam Miles.
That's against Cooper Hoff. He ran into the zone.
Ran through the zone. So Miles, of course, back at the club this season after a stint captain coach of the ill-fated Bridgewater Callington side. Puts it forward and finds Borden.
Yep, without his brother Archer, who got injured last week in the calf department.
Nice work there by Tucker, who introduced that play. Deep in defence, and now he's taken the mark and will have a shot, Benny, I'd suggest, from about 48 metres towards the Longwood Road or right-hand side.
As we know, 4:20 last week. An early goal here to help. Eckerman's backing himself in.
And then he turned his back on him as he was going to handball.
He's a good kick. Eckerman. But let's see what Kai Tucker's like. I'm not sure how many goals he's
only kicked 3.
3 for the season.
Got close to the man on the mark, Benny. But
over the back, touch rushed, minor score. So first shot for Mount Lofty is a rush behind.
So it looks like Jensch with the designated kicking in duties, which he used to handle so serviceably in his career at the Adelaide Crows. So let's see what the Silk will do with this one.
Cliff End.
Longwood Road, Cliff
Longwood,
End.
yep.
So puts it out towards the direction of Luke Roberts.
Contest,
Carmody. Well
Carmody.
done, was he scragged? No, he wasn't.
Well done, Carmody.
Well done by Shermanator. Will Sherman grabbed the ball, but good effort there by Carmody against
He started well.
Yeah, a man much taller than him. So, ruck duel. The young man Huxtable getting involved. Carmody once again. Oh, good work, good second effort. Borden also involved. Here's Williams.
Good.
Intercepted
Mount
there.
Lofty.
McTaggart lifted the eyes and puts in the direction of Harry Weeks. He always does something with the ball. Didn't sit for him on this occasion, unfortunately.
Well done.
Oh, well done by Sherman. Sending the ball. Leak. Once again, the reliable Jensch. He's got support there from Leak if he does. Overcooks the handball, though.
Good
Good
period
work there.
Mount
The
Lofty.
Devils fighting hard there. Just as Jack Reed, I think. Reed caught in the
danger.
boggy part of the play. And, free kick given.
Yep.
Go to Hahndorf deep in defence.
Xander. Kick out of defence. Clears the 50 mark. Luke Roberts working up the ground. Outside the contest is Babbage versus Morby.
Yeah, good call. Tried to take him on there with the old don't argue with Sam Hayden and paid the price there. I think this might be Bailey Collins.
So kicks the ball into the hot spot. Weeks. Didn't mind that. Okay. Obviously the umpire has seen a push there.
Infringement.
And Huxtable, he's got a half a dozen touches early. Works the ball out towards Sam Hayden. So Hayden, good period for the Devils. Chopped off. Harry Weeks diving in. Umpire says, I'll have it.
I tell you what, for a guy making his debut, he hasn't looked out of place, certainly in such
Good
a side
start.
like Hahndorf for Huxtable.
Well, the reserves are going well at top of the ladder as well.
Here he is again doing battle against Wes Weeks. Wes Weeks was on this occasion, fisted forward for the Pies. Sweeping handball out here, comes to Parker Boz.
Hail Mary.
Long kick there. Meanwhile, downfield, there's been a bit of push and shove off the ball. And looks like
Jordan's
Jordan's
again.
who's, the red shed, they want to demolish him early. So, Will Jordan's. Another free kick. So, Jordan's, not a lot on offer. Goes straight up the line to the leader, Wes Weeks. Over his head, will it sit? No, Tucker couldn't quite control it. Hahndorf efficiently. Oh, well done by
turnover
Tucker
though.
this time. Got here to Borden, underground. Fortuitous pass founds Grundy. He gets it across
Player
to
out here,
Ace.
McTaggart.
Ace has got a loose man out here in McTaggart. He's got a paddock if he wants to go on. He's got a loose man in the pocket in Sykes and picks him out nicely. So the first real goal scoring opportunity here for Mount Lofty through the agency of
Great
Sykes.
10-minute period for Mount Lofty. It's in particular last few minutes. Pistols had the ball mainly in their forward half of the ground.
Some of the youngsters getting involved there. Benny, of course, Tucker, also McTaggart. So chance here for Sykes.
This would be a real confidence booster.
32 goals for the season. Of course, 40 last year in playing for Birdwood. Crossed over for the Red and Whites in Division 1 this season. So a difficult shot right in front of the light tower towards the Longwood Road end. James Davis picking up the action very nicely here. Sykes sets it on its way. It's going to drift across. In fact, a mark taken there by Harry Weeks. We'll wait on the result, and Harry Weeks saying, well, okay, the Academy boy, so quickly. Ball comes across. Here's danger, and Jensch under the pump there as he took that mark. That could have been turned over as he gets up rather properly too, Matthew Jensch. Keep an eye on that. Comes to Hayden. I'll try to give it back there. Intercept there. Here's Hone. Elusive skills. Picks out Sykes once again. Will it sit for him in that muddy patch? Sykes keeps the ball in front of him. Looks for support. Finds it in the agency of Week, who goes to the ground. Leak also getting involved. Also Williams there. Leak with the ball under him in a rather sticky, soft patch of turf. But the oval in reasonably good condition considering the winter we've had in the hills, particularly rain earlier in the week. So here's a chance. Ball comes out here, tacking it there. Magpies getting out. Oh, good defection out there. Taken there. Oh, good work there by Trenorden. Comes out here to Hayden, this way, that way. Got it to a teammate who goes down along on the Coventry wing. Spoil there. Babbage getting involved. Got the run of a teammate round the corner. And it was Marl bouncing ball, but it's all Devils back there. Here's Jordans will be happy to get a touch without getting belted to the ground. It's Chance McTaggart will sit for him. Closing his Tripodi over the top towards Collins, who's absolutely unloaded as he went to get the kick away. And a ball in will occur right in front of the interchange area here at Arkaba Oval. So high pitch in, ball drop short, taken by Eckerman. Long boot around the corner. Coming out at a great defensive sliding mark, as he's done many times, is Scotty Perling. So the veteran, as we said, 6 premierships under his belt, chasing that magical 7, which will be a record. I think he shares it at the moment with Daniel Roberts. Tripodi, the past premiership skipper. I tell you, that's going to drift wide, which I think it does. Oh, a bit of conjecture here. Looked like it was probably going out. Here's the young academy girl, Ruby Richards. Umpire Tonkin, I don't think she's too sure of, but it did appear Xander was out over the line, and yes, umpire has paid it. So, Aish, Jake Aish here, goes inboard, low direct kick finds Hone, Tyson, the former mullet, of course under 18 reserves premierships at Sturt, goes back out here, and that's a good lead taken by Will Sherman, the Shermanator. Bit of Gary Ayres, took about him in the 80s with that flowing locks. So Sherman, what can he do with this? Sends it long. Target there's Grundy, the big leap there, off hands, over the back. Can Lofty have the crummers? Off the ground! Tucker! Almost a bit of Women's World Cup stuff there, but unfortunately couldn't put it into the major net. Through for a minor score, so Mount Lofty 2 behinds, trailing Hahndorf 2-3. 20 minutes just about to expire here. Arkaba over on the corner. Wild Yates brings the ball back in, down the centre of the ground. Oh, that's a good contested mark by this man. I'll tell you what, he's almost one of the best on the ground at the moment. The debutant Huxtable gets out wide to the run of a teammate. I think it was Parker Pos. Goes forward. Here's a chance for Babbage all on his own, and good transition from the Magpies from the last line of defence. And we'll now have a shot in the forward pocket area.
Good period by the Devils. Just couldn't get a score on the board. Only 2 points resulting. In the meantime, Hahndorf, as we said, first 2 goals for them of the match.
So Babbage,
shot at goal has missed, so they go to 2-4.
Interesting kicking style. Benny Babbage, he just sort of stabs at the ball at the point of contact, but
yep. So kick out from the Devils out towards the wing. Carmody, great mark. He's had a great start to this one. So Carmody with the socks up. We'll have the socks up all day. Good start, Declan Carmody. Switches play out here. Morby. Kick around the corner, not the best kick. Just says, go for a run, Xander. Mail. He'd probably kick this one, I reckon. Pistols for a point. So, got to get that one right. Clearing out of the fence. Don't want to give Hahndorf an easy shot at goal. And the Magpies go to 2-5. Mount Lofty 2 points. It's Harry Weeks straight on the ground. He'll go head-to-head versus Xander here. Great spoil by Daniel Roberts. Comes off, though, here for Wood. So he wheels around on the left boot. Under it, Xander. Riley Grundy just having a bit of a chat. Sam Williams. Umpire says holding on. Gets Carmody.
Carmody anticipating that Williams would grab the ball. Unfortunately, just grabbed him a bit before he took possession. So right in the centre of Arkaba Oval-Heathfield. The Pies skipper goes out wide to his vice-captain and Hayden. He's got plenty of room. Stretches down that. There's a magnificent kick to Cooper Hoff. Leading goal kicker this year for the Pies. Second leading goal kicker. Of course, Ben Salt with 27 and Xavier Parker Bowles with 22 missing. 2 leading goal kickers, and Cooper Hoff with 25. Of course, was injured pre-season in the charity cricket game, but has bounced back pretty well. So Cooper Hoff here. Chance to extend the Pies' early authority. As the conditions get a little bit darker here. Sets it on its way. His teammates like it. So does the goal umpire. So good angle goal there to Cooper Hoff. Third on the board for the Pies. 3-5 plays Mount Lofty 2 behind. 23 minutes almost expired here on the call of the Wild. Coming to you through Filming Footy, Sports Interactive and Dartfish.
And Lofty 88.9 Adelaide Hills. Aussie's tuned in from Broome. He's enjoying the call. Good on your Oz.
It'll be off to Monkey Mire. Swimming with the Dolphins.
That's right. Hey? And just a reminder, if you're tuned in on Call of the Wild or Hills Football League, let us know where you're coming in from. And we've got some comments here, have we? No.
I'll tell you what, Aussie, hopefully it's a little bit warmer where you are than this is. Parker Bowles racing out of centre, handballs it forward to Babbage. He's locked up with a good tackle. Forced to get rid of, goes back towards Trenord, and he goes to ground under pressure from a couple of Devils there. Alex Weeks and Aish. So umpire will come in aboard. Umpire Morrison. In fact, the free kick goes to Alex Weeks.
Yep, so Alex Weeks in half back. Lights are on here at Arkaba Oval in Heathfield. Carmody. Over the back is McTaggart. Kicks the ball inside 50. Sykes 1-on-1 versus Leake. Good spoil there by Leake. Out towards the boundary line. Wes Week, good attack on the ball versus Hopgood. McTaggart, good follow-up. Home on the top to the Wes Weeks. Hem tight on the boundary against Yench. Good harassing there by Hahndorf's defensive line. Joel Parker ball was squeezed under pressure. Got it Tripodi. This way, that way. This way, that way. He's holding the ball. Great pressure from the Devils forward line.
Yeah, great persistence there.
Young Reid.
Yeah, Jackie Reid.
Premiership player with Sterling in the cricket.
So Jack Reid is almost going to disappear into the, do a bit of Harry Butler work in the scrub there. So chance here for Reid, looking perhaps to straighten the ball
Deserve a
up.
goal, Pistols, Mount Lofty.
So Reid, very acute shot, drifts across. Hahndorf defenders make sure it's out over the line. So the diminutive Academy boy will pitch the ball back in. 24 and a half gone. First term, he could for the Devils if they could get a goal here right in their forward area before quarter time. Just confidence, so throw in. Weeks over the back. Alex Weeks trying to bustle his way through. Ball comes down there. Sorry, it was Hone. He goes back in for a second serve. Ball comes in to Hayden. Hayden finally gets it clear. Kick is smothered there. Good defensive work by the Devils in their forward line, which you like to see. Scrambly football here. As you can see, the ground.
Might just get James to get the lights. The lights. Just show the lights at some stage. That's right. Lights are on. So, overcast conditions. Ball inside 50 here.
Depends who's home, Benny.
For Devils, that's right. So just outside Mount Lofty. Oh, that'll be quarter time.
First quarter, and the lights are already on here at Heathfield Oval. In fact, your coverage on your screen is probably a little bit brighter than its actual real light, as we'd call it. So there we go, Benny. Quarter time. Interesting game. Both sides showing some very good transition, but in the end, Magpies making the most of their opportunities. 3-5-23. Mount Lofty just the two behinds, but Coach Borden would be pretty happy with that.
I think so. Yep, Jaron Mail, first goal of the match. Babbage, 6-minute mark, and Hoff with a great goal tied on the boundary line. Few shots on goal for Mount Lofty. Couldn't make the most of them, but they're right in this one. Kicking down the hill, Pistols, in the second term. So we'll be back shortly. Might just go to some sponsors sort of promo work, and then we'll be back for the second quarter.
Welcome back live here to Arkaba Oval-Heathfield, quarter time. Round 13, Hills Football League Division 1 action. It's the Hahndorf Magpies, current undefeated competition leaders, 3-5 leading the Mount Lofty Devils, who sit in third place with just a 2 behinds. Just see the quarter time huddle for Mount Lofty breaking up, as the Hahndorf boys still in formation there. Listen to coach Matt Golding. It's a little bit of drizzle has just started to settle in during the break, so just adding a little bit of more difficulty. Greasy ball. That Golding there, you can see laying down the law. So Hahndorf is pretty pleased with their first quarter effort. Mount Lofty still yet to get a goal on the board. In fact, they only kicked the 1 goal during the first half last week, Benny. But
1 goal
also,
11 last week.
Yeah, 1 goal 11. So, as you said, going down perhaps the favoured slope and to the left of screen here in this second term, so we'll be able to see if they can make any impact in this contest at the moment. So all in readiness, good crowd in the house, lights are on as we're underway second term. Your caller is Benny Goldfinch.
All right, let's see what the Devils do down the hill. Drizzle, as Pistol said, lights are on. Troy Parker Boers immediately set upon by Max Borden, back in the lineup for the Devils today. His brother Archer out with a calf injury. So Rucks will go at it again. Grundy versus Roberts. Off hands. Troy Parker balls once again. Max Borden says you're not going anywhere. So the ball edging towards the Devils' forward half of the ground. Didn't get a goal in that first half, but the second half of that first term was impressive. Alex Weeks squeezes the ball out. McTaggart trying to chase down Tripodi. Shermanator was in there as well. Joel Parker balls, goes to Troy, went through the midst of Daniel Roberts. Bit of a slippery footy to start this second term as the rain starts to intensify a bit. Troy Parker balls, sweeps it out to Hayden, and the umpire says that's a free kick to Sam Hayden. So Magpies through Vice Captain Sam Hayden works the ball out towards Scott Perling. Of course, Braden Hopgood also the Vice Captain. This man here, 6-time Premiership player for Hahndorf, looking for a record 7 with Daniel Roberts pistols later in the year.
High ball, I think Babbage was the target. Just couldn't complete the mark. Close to the boundary line, the Academy girl, I think it is.
Yep. We've got boundary umpires today. Lincoln Hutchinson, Ruby Richards, Jordan Kress and Zach Hutchinson.
Sorry, Ruby's on our side, so it's Academy boy. So Grundy and Daniel Roberts. Roberts gets it down. First to get to be Harry Weeks. Goes to ground under pressure from Trenorden. Ball locked in there. Oh, great second effort by the Mount Lofty player there. Looks like ball up will take him out. As you can see now, the rain, you can see on the screen, the rain starting to belt down quite heavily here. So I reckon the 6 degrees might have dropped a couple more. Ball out towards the boundary line and over the line.
Yes, no, it's fair on raining now.
So Yench, he's probably wish he was back in AFL under the Marvel Stadium roof, I tell you, than rather at Goat Park where it's belting down at the moment. High kick, Roberts is the target, Big Daniel over the top, ball comes to ground. Getting in there, scrambly footballs, the ball very wet and slippery now. Borden couldn't make away with it, so umpire Morrison will come in and ball it up.
Just remember, if you're listening on the radio, Lofty 88.9 at the ground, just remember your lights.
Absolutely. Eckerman, as Benny Goldfinch said, second season against his old teammates, walks the ball over the boundary line. You can see the rain in the background. The wipers working feverishly.
So boundary throw-in, just in front of the near the 24-foot sign there. Devils sponsors this season and the last few, obviously. So just not quite as heavy it was the last few minutes. Still raining out there as Jaron Mail wheels around on the left boot, kicks it towards the half-forward line, tied on the boundary line. Devils got to get the ball down the other end of the ground, and they've got a chance here. Harry Weeks, Perling though, playing in front of Wes Weeks, reliable. Ball spills out of Braden Hopgood's mitts. Harry Weeks backing up, good work. Here's a chance for the Devils. McTaggart lurking dangerously. Can he get the crumbs? There's 3 Devils around there. Good work from the Hahndorf defender.
That's good work there by Leake, as you called, Benny, because if that ball got past him, or the bounce eluded him, they were certainly in there by weighted numbers, but held it in, so ball up just inside the 50-metre arc. So Roberts gets the ball down. Wes Weeks bustles his way through. His chance for Tripodi, finds a bit of space on the left foot, hooks it back out towards the wing. Coming out is Lukey Roberts, who takes a good contested mark. So the big man, the fireman, puts it out wide. Got to lead out the other big man in Babbage. over the midst. First to get there, Lofty. Here's Hayden. Tries to don't argue, but good tackle applied
tackle.
there by Bailey Collins. Holds him up.
Good
And
tackle.
has won a holding the ball decision, so well done. So Bailey Collins, late inclusion. Goes cross,
Oh,
but I tell you
no.
what, he's blotted his copybook big time as he's picked out Cooper Hoff.
Yep, and they're all pushing forward now. The Magpies, Sam Hayden, who was deemed to be holding the ball now, has ironically got a shot from outside 50.
That's interesting. Obviously, his opponent drifted forward and allowed Hayden.
Yep, he kicks the
on the
ball
post.
inside 50. Roberts went up, ball hits the deck, goes in again, Luke Roberts. Ball spills out. No doubt Hoff's lurking around here. And the boundary umpire is going to say boundary throw-in.
So
5 minutes gone, 3-5 to 2 points.
tough, tight football now from now on as the rain, as Benny said, has subsided a little bit in strength, but it's still falling. Westfire doing the ruck work. I think it was Borden getting the kick away. Camp done it and taking a very good mark as the young man in Tucker. Mark wasn't paid, but he was ridden into the ground.
Very demonstrative
Yeah.
work there by umpire Trevor Morrison with the hands.
So Morrison picking out the free kick for Tucker. Here's a chance now. Ball over the back. Here's a chance for the big man Roberts. Oh, picked it up. 20 years younger. Look at him. Just turned back the clock there. But once again, intercept Mark taken here by the little Master Miles. Got a loose man in Borden. Gets out towards him. So Fetch inside the centre square. Around the corner kick. Very good finds Alex Weeks, the skipper. As we said, only survived from the last A-grade win by Lofty over Hahndorf back in 2011. Finds Jerry Healy.
No.
Oh,
That's
did
right.
well to soccer at forward. Here's a chance for McTaggart. Well, he set foot the youngster on his left, gets it out.
Free kick.
Meanwhile,
Free
it's been infringed on the ground. Sam McTaggart gets a free kick on the 50-metre arc.
Right, this is crucial. Takes a fair amount of work to get the ball forward against Hahndorf, and they've got a chance here.
Bennett Wood.
Bennett Wood goes long, strong, blazing away, missed. So that's 3 points now to 3-5. Wood with a shot there for Mount Lofty at the 6-minute mark as Joel Parker-Bors, I should say, works the ball out of defence towards Luke Roberts. Devils keeping it alive. Eckerman, handball over the top, straight to Troy Parker-Bors. Tight on the boundary line. Good tackle, Eckerman. All right. Devils right in this one. 20 points to margin. Need a goal just to get that momentum going. 7 minutes gone. We've only had one goal in the match since the 6-minute mark of the first term, and that was Cooper Hoff at the 22-minute mark of the first quarter. So since the 6-minute mark, Devils right in this contest. And they've got the ball half-forward line now, kicking down the hill. Umpire throws the ball up. Daniel Roberts to Troy Parker-Bors, immediately set upon in a tackle there by Jake Aish. And you can see Sam Miles clapping passionately in the middle of the ground against Xander, willing his boys on. Might be around the contest here. Miles gets on it as I speak and earns a free kick.
Yeah, taken high.
So worked his way forward, Pistols, the little master. And he's got a chance here to set them up with a shot at goal.
So yet to kick a goal this season, Sammy Miles. He's
Well, he's a
kicked
big
lot
kick.
in his career. Of course, playing defensive role this afternoon. Drop punt, wobbles forward, a big leap there from Grundy, off hands, out of bounds. Round the grounds here on the call, or the wild quarter time. Mount Barker 2-2, leading Loberthal 4 behinds out there at the Valley of Praise. But I think the conditions will be less than praiseworthy out there today on a wintry Saturday afternoon in the Adelaide Hills. So ball up, here's a chance for the Devils, close to goal. Healy doing the ruck work, follows up.
Got to be smart here, Mount Lofty.
Here's a chance around the corner from Harry Weeks, and the Devils once again locking up the behinds as they move to 4 straight. Magpies yet to score in this quarter, still maintain their 3-5 advantage from quarter time. So
Yench goes towards Joel Parker-Bors near the scoreboard, which said 3-5 to 4 points. Chop out, Wood went through his mitts. It's understandable, it's wet. McTaggart, short pass, that's patient, that's good poise. Eckerman, long, strong inside 50, that's a good kick versus Sykes versus 2 Hahndorf defenders. Ball hits the deck. Harry Weeks trying to hustle. Hustles well, but just... Oh! What's he given here?
He's
I'm not sure.
holding the ball.
Harry Weeks says, I'm going to play on and kick the first goal for the Devils. Oh, he's missed.
Well, we're waiting to see what the goal umpire. We have to go upstairs, maybe.
I think he missed Pistols.
Well, there's confusion here.
I'm not sure.
Was he going to give him another?
We might have to
go
possibly
upstairs.
have a look at the replay of this little period at some stage.
Was he going to give him a
I
kick
reckon
from
he's
straight
missed.
out in front? No, no, he's overturned it.
I think Harry Weeks has missed.
But why would it be a Hahndorf? Well, it is a behind. Good call, Benny.
Wow. If ever you're going to kick a goal, it's from there.
Matthew Yates directing traffic there. Just waiting to see if it's all right. Everyone's back in their crease before he...
Goodness gracious.
Kick out by Yates. Added to Daniel Roberts. Went far too early. Over the back is Tucker. Got the call in the centre of the ground from Eckerman, which he honours. And Eckerman, a low raping pass. It's a beautiful kick out wide.
They're controlling the play here.
It's found Sherman, I think it is. So Will Sherman, the Shermanator. So Devils, as you said, Hahndorf yet to venture really forward in this quarter.
McTaggart all by himself out here inside 50.
We've only had the 10
Haven't
minutes
noticed
played, but Sherman here backing himself in. Has kicked 6 goals for the season so
Interesting
far.
approach with the...
Yes.
It's like a Favola style.
The grip on the ball, yes. So Will Sherman. Has it got the legs? It has, but has it got the accuracy? No. In fact, it misses everything and out of bounds on the full. So Hahndorf will bring the ball back into play.
So we've had Wood miss, Harry Weeks miss twice, Sherman out in the full for the Devs.
Off hands there. So Devils certainly having their chances here to peg back this advantage. You see in the scoreboard, 18.3 straight kicks the difference. Mount Lofty pushing, but just as they have done the last few weeks, not getting any reward on the board.
Lights are on. Drizzle. Great pressure. They are well and truly in this one. We know what Hahndorf, though, are capable of very quickly, and that's kicking a run of goals. But they're holding tough here on the wing. Here's Trenorton, meantime. Works the ball out of the contest.
Peterson.
Good mark there. Damon Peterson. Switches play out here. Wood finds Carmody.
Okay.
Liked his first half. Devils controlling the play. Kick into the middle of the ground. Hone could go over the top to Eckerman.
Ooh.
Under pressure though from 2. Hahndorf players got the ball out. That was fine. At least they're trying to take it on through the middle of the ground, but could come unstuck here. Parker Paws works the ball out. And once again the Devils taking a mark.
So, ball across to Carmody. It's Benny Goldfinch. It's very prominent for the Devils. Puts it up to another young man who's been prominent. Former Norfolk Adelaide Junior and reserves player McTaggart. Goes into the centre to Sam Miles. The experienced little master goes out wide. Here's a lead from Sherman. Nice ball delivery by the Devils. So what can they do this time? Nurses the ball towards the pocket. The lead of Sykes is going to be cut off nicely by Leake with the iron fist. Just sends it over the fence into Siberia. So we'll just wait for the ball to be retrieved there. And let us know where you're watching from. And a very good afternoon to our regular listener down there and viewer down there in Tassie, Big Bluey Simons. No doubt enjoying the coverage from his old stomping ground back here at Heathfield Oval. As I said, the young fella down in Siberia, the ball was lost. So we might get the replacement football if that's on. So it's just a bit of a hold up here as we wait for replacement football. So just repeating, quarter time out at Barker 2-2 leading at Loberthal 4 behind. It's an important game for both sides. I think the loser of that would probably drop out of the finals race. As the Academy boy delivering the new football. So at least it may
Great
well
work.
be. They got 2 now.
That's right, they've worked that out.
So it'll be a dry football for a little while, Benny.
They're controlling the play, aren't they?
They are. What goes on here? So
Next generation just running the
that's
show
right.
out there.
That's absolutely.
Boundary throw and inside 50 for the Devils. Got to get a goal at some stage. 5 points on the board. 420 last week. Started this match with
Is that a
5
free kick?
points.
Taking the ball out of ruck and pinged. Young Huxtable, but
Must have changed.
no offence yet.
30 metres out from Mount Lofty's goal. Grundy works the ball down. Mount Lofty hunting. Weeks saying, holding the ball.
Ooh.
Player must have dived on it there. Okay.
Benny Tonkin. I think that was Trenorden who got pinged there.
Well, Harry Weeks now with the third chance for him for this
Will he
turn.
play on this one, Benny? Looks like he's going to do a straight kick. I thought he was going to mark out around the corner shot there, but
He's had 2 shots on goals this quarter.
he has kicked 17 for the year, Benny.
Oh, he's a goal kicker, no doubt about that.
Second highest scorer, because Sykes with 32, so Weeks desperately needs to kick this goal.
All right. Weeks. Misses. Goodness gracious. Frustration.
Certainly Coach Borden wouldn't have any fingernails left, or the hair'd be starting to go down too. So Yench puts the ball towards the clubroom wing side. Pack fly taken by Alex Weeks. Backdoor handball to McTaggart in time.
Oh.
Got it to Borden. Had to touch the fumbles.
McTaggart.
Deflects off McTaggart. Kicking in danger, or perhaps the Devils a little bit lucky there. And Sammy McTaggart will take the resultant free kick.
McTaggart kicks the ball inside 50. Pack forms. Huxtable with the fist. Ball hits the deck. Joel Parker Ball's wrapped up. Braden Hopgood, he dropped that one. And the umpire saw it that way as well.
Yeah, good call.
Matt Golding shaking his head down here at ground level.
Tonkin,
Pistols.
experienced umpire, but if you have a look at that, that was certainly... So Aish, 15 goals for the season. Benny, so an opportunity to get the first on the board here.
Very talented footballer.
Great shot here. Cameraman James Davis right behind him, so the vision will tell the story.
All right, here we go.
No.
And he's missed as well.
So 7 straight behinds. So the last 2 halves of football, first halves.
Well, they've kicked 1 goal 18 in the first
One
half
goal
over the
18.
last 2 rounds.
Well, so Yench again, bringing it out. Plenty of kicking practice for the Silky one. Oh, good defensive fist there by Morby. Put the ball down. Held up there. I think that's Mail. Good tackle applied there. This time it's paid as a perhaps too aggressive sling tackle. So anyway, so Jared Mail, the free kick.
All right. Been all Mount Lofty to start this second quarter. 17 minutes gone. Mount Lofty 7 points. Hahndorf 3-5. Desperately need a goal, Mount Lofty. Sam Hayden kicks the ball to half forward line. Half back line. Here's a chance. Morby. Devils. Through Max Borden. 25-metre penalty. So, Borden now, meantime, moves the ball out towards the wing. Short pass over the top. Finds Tucker. Tucker kicks it long, inside 50. Grundy over the... Oh, a good mark there by Joel Leake.
He's developed into one of the most consistent and reliable defenders in the competition. Of course, Mount Lofty missing their own... Mr. Reliable and Thompson, who's out injured this afternoon at the other end of the ground. Meanwhile, a free kick's been paid here. Looks like it's going to be Lukey Roberts. So Roberts, half-back flank area for the Magpies. Handballs it off to the run of Yench. He'll go long. Camped under at the Devils. Hayden just drifted forward. Perhaps couldn't control the mark in the greasy conditions. Eckerman, strong tackle applied there on Babbage. And we'll have a ball up. As we go around the ground on the quarter wild, Onka Valley 6-8, leading Ironbank 1-3, just over the hill at Ironbank.
Similar conditions, I guess.
Very similar, I'd suggest.
So Hahndorf barely entered the forward 50 this quarter. And the umpire, Trevor Morrison, is going to say holding the ball again. And that's 25 against Sam Hayden.
Was Hayden. So Trevor Morrison just... a generous real estate too, Benny.
That's another 25. So if they can't kick one here, It's
That might have been Troy Parker Bowes. Just a little bit of frustration in umpire Morrison laying down the law. So
from the
surely,
edge of the goal square, Pistols.
surely Alex Weeks, who kicked the goal in the last Mount Lofty victory over Hahndorf back in 2011, can kick their first goal in their clash here in 2023. Perling is really
might
run
give
over the
away.
mark. So Alex Weeks finally at the 19-minute mark in the second term gets the Devils on the board as far as goals go, and they edge a little bit closer, Benny. So
Scotty Perling just having a chat there to Trevor Morrison. Just a bit perplexed at the moment, I think, Hahndorf in terms of the free kicks, but got to say the Devils have controlled this quarter, Pistols.
the umpires are sitting there looking at if you pull the ball in
Yep.
on a daylight today, you're going to get
And there
pinked.
was the aftermatch.
Yeah, there was.
There
Yes,
was the
definitely was.
remonstration
So,
afterwards.
and, you know, some umpires don't take advice too kindly,
Yep,
and well, you're quite right. Just
looked like
they're
that
not
was
going to
there.
change their decision.
No.
So there we are. So 10-point margin now. Can the Devils get another one on the ball before half time? Here's big Daniel Roberts trying to get cricket pitch area. Stacks on the mill. Looks like Alex Weeks, after just kicking a goal, getting up rather proppy there. Meanwhile, the ball up forward, that's fallen fortuitously into the hands of big Lukey Roberts. So it could be the instant reply here for the Magpies through the agency of Lukey Roberts. Has kicked 19 for the season, Benny. So suggest that given the pedigree in the family for goal kicking.
Well, I remember last year, Pistols, Hahndorf. Oh, hang on, we'll just wait for the shot here. Luke
So-
Roberts, this would frustrate.
Leans back
He's
on the
missed
drop
that one
bumps,
today.
pulled it.
Remember last year, Hahndorf's first half in a period there. Remember they trailed Bridgewater at 5
did.
goals at half time, and it's almost like they stung into action in the second half. So let's see how to go for the remainder of the match.
So-
At the moment, Tom, it's Mount Lofty on top.
Here's Daniel Roberts looking a bit like Usain Bolt there at a pace. Gets out the back door to a teammate there in Hopgood. Gets it to Xander around the corner. Playing in front.
Oh.
Good defensive mark taken by Morby, and these young Devils
That's right.
are certainly rising to the occasion here, playing against the competition pace setter, and they're certainly putting up the challenge. They might be in front of the scoreboard, but they're certainly getting their share of the ball. Miles out wide, finds Collins. Collins nurses out to Tucker, the young man, because Blackwood colours last year. Also spent time at Sturt. So Cole Tucker, entrance gate, side of the ground, goes long, needs a target here. Grundy in front, brings the ball to ground.
I'll play all by himself, Sherman.
Gone down. Meanwhile, the whistle is gone. And looks like it's going to be a free kick to Troy Parker Bowes in the helmet. As you can see, the rain still falling here at Arkaba Oval in Heathfield. 22 minutes just about to expire. No doubt both sides will be looking forward to getting in a bit of refuge at half time in the warmth of the change rooms. Meanwhile, last touch, no off hands. So out in the wing area, and the ball will be pitched back in. So 1-7 to 3-6. The Devils kicking 1 goal 5 this term, and Hahndorf just the solitary behind.
23 minutes gone, 11 points to margin. Mount Lofty controlled the general play. Bit of frustration for the Magpies. Few free kicks and 25-metre penalties.
great
Grundy got the ball out to Aish. Dangerous position, attacking the ball, Mount Lofty. Here's a chance, handball out from Aish. Tried to get it to Weeks. Bit of a fresh airy. Worked out by Karatai. Still hemming around that half-forward line for Mount Lofty. Xander under pressure there. Good use of the body by direct opponent in the Shermanator.
What's the Shermanator?
Didn't give away a free kick. It's a good hip and shoulder as McTaggart comes off the ground for Harry Weeks. 11 points to margin, 23 minutes gone. Second quarter, Hahndorf haven't scored since the 22-minute mark of the first quarter.
So, Devils trying to push the ball forward. Good attack on the ball there. Parker Bowes, Troy variety. Meanwhile, you can just see in the left of screen there.
Great commitment from that Mount
play.
Lofty player. I think it was Sherman once again.
Shermanator again. Taking a bit of a pounding, but the young man is down on his haunches. Hopefully everything's all right. So, Healy, meanwhile, short throw in by the academy. So, here we go again. So, Healy in front of
Grundy comes from
over the
nowhere.
top. Grundy up over the top, gets down to Weeks. Oh, was he grabbing out the ball there? Stacks on the mill here, rugby style scrum, rolling. trying to hit the ball out there.
Got to keep applying the heat all day against
Absolutely.
Hahndorf. Mount Lofty have started well in the match so far.
It's a rolling scrum there, Benny. So we'll have another ball out through the agency of umpire Morrison. So wouldn't expect to be too much time in this quarter.
Maybe a minute or so
Only-
left.
Yep, only the one goal kicked. It was a couple of 24 minutes here in the quarter on a rather damp Saturday afternoon at Heathfield Oval, Arkaba Oval in Heathfield. Ball comes out here. Meanwhile, the whistle has gone. I think it's a Devils free kick.
For a throw, I think, against Sam Hayden.
Okay, looks like it might be Sherman again. He's certainly playing a pretty good game, young man.
So Sherman, outside the 50. Trevor Morrison just letting Karatai know where the mark is. As Sherman goes long inside attack. Who's down there? Sykes gets to the position. Troy Parker Bors, there's a real scrap around the contest here. Sykes trying to apply a bit of heat. Ball pops out to Tyson Hone. Works the ball out of the contest to Joel Parker Bors, who drops the ball and it's gone out of bounds. That'll be a boundary throw-in.
He just knows Hahndorf defensively getting numbers back behind. Is it out in the forward? Touched off the
Well,
boot.
I thought the boundary of goal
Yeah.
umpire said touched. That's got to, but we're just going to check with the young academy boy here to see what he thinks. And he's gone back to the goal umpire.
Have to go upstairs again, Benny. Umpire Chris McCardle there. And,
Goal umpire clearly said
yeah,
touched.
goal umpire Chris McCardle, himself a former field umpire. Now they're all going to get involved here.
Just hold everyone up in the pouring rain.
Is that Xander? He's just saying, just please get on with it because it's damn cold out here. What's your decision?
Boundary throw-in.
Boundary throw-in, so there we go.
After all that, all right. Maybe last play of the quarter, Pistols.
Could well be. So chance here for the Devils. As Benny Goldfinch said, looming is the half-time siren. Grundy gets the ball down, trying to bullock his way through Hahndorf
tackle.
player. High tackle was paid to Adam Trenorden.
We're breathing a bit of heat, yeah, aren't we? It's like icicles up here.
Bit of vapour from the speech. You're quite right, as the temperatures dropped a fair
Feels
bit.
like 4.
So, high kick forward. Off hands. Ball spills out there. Devils trying to bustle their way through. Here's Hayden. Oh, toe pokes
All right,
forward. Gets
here we
some
go.
Founds Carmody, though, so it's to the advantage of the Devils. Taking their long kick forward.
1 on 3.
Oh, held there was Sykes, yes.
Saw
Yes,
it, Pistols.
Was held.
Saw it.
Yep. Umpire Tonkin, right in the right spot, and definitely saw the grab there at a jump.
All right, this is big.
So Sykes had a couple of shots on goal. You can see him drawing the ball there because he probably realises this will be the last opportunity at the half for Mount Lofty just to pull this back. Important kick here. We've got 11-point ball game at the moment. So big Josh Sykes,
Riley Grundy just coming off the ground for big Wes Weeks.
32 for the season.
All right.
He's got the Mitch Stark run up here.
Yench on the mark, just giving a bit of advice. Sharpshooter goes bang.
That is just what the Devils need. You see, they just see the importance it means to Mount Lofty. So get around and nothing like enthusiasm.
Well, now Pistols have kicked 2 goals zip,
Yeah, 2-5 to 1
but
behind.
they've kicked the last 2 goals straight, haven't they? They'll
Absolutely.
probably have that mindset now.
Absolutely. Well, that's true, Benny. That's true. Momentum
They
is
had 7 points, now to kick 2 in a row, so
just shows
now
that-
they're on a new
yeah.
playing field.
So we're back to 5-point game. Less than a goal. After Hahndorf led 3-5 to 2 behinds at quarter time, so certainly the Devils have won this second term. Have they time for another? Roberts gets it down here. Borden. Williams faked the handball, got it out to Trenorden. Kick around the corner. And there it is. The siren's gone for half time, and certainly some interest back into this game.
Coach Michael Borden very happy there, Pistols at half time. It's not, it's just see him now walking off the ground, having a bit of a chat to Riley Grundy. Saw a double fist from McTaggart. They got their mojo going here, the Devils.
So a good quarter if you're a Devils supporter.
Hahndorf scored goalless in that quarter. Wonder if Jaden's got a stat for that.
How many times have been goalless this season?
Kicked 1 point in that quarter, Hahndorf, and Mount Lofty kicked 2 goals, 5.
So from a 21-point leeway they had at quarter time. It's now been reduced to just 5 points as we head into half time here on the Call to Wild, coming here from Arkaba Oval in Heathfield. And we'll be back shortly.
Yeah, get your comments in. Call it a Wild Facebook page.
Tell us
Hills
what you think
Football
how the
League
game's
Facebook
going.
page.
If where you are, it's a lot warmer than it is here. I should say it would be. But as we said, we'll be back shortly here live on the Call to Wild. Welcome back to a rather damp Arkaba Oval in Heathfield, half time of the A-grade game, round 13 at Mount Lofty versus Hahndorf. Pretty good game of footy. 5-point ball game at the moment. Hahndorf 3-6 leading the Mountain Devils 2-7, and we've been lucky enough to be joined by the erstwhile chairman of the Mount Lofty Districts Football Club in Rob Sampson. Rob, welcome to the Call to Wild. Thanks for your time.
Thanks, Nola.
Good to see you, mate. And typical game of typical day of football here at Heathfield, isn't it?
Well, yeah, it's chucking it down a little bit,
Yeah.
making things a little bit slippery.
Makes you wonder all the days that as a young man you used to run around yourself out there. But certainly the Oval, and the Oval in not too bad condition, as I said, in one of the weather spots in the Adelaide Hills, and certainly over the years, as I said, you've seen the Oval evolve to not a bad. We have seen seasons in the past, mate, this time of the season where there wouldn't have been a blade of grass, and so improvements are sort of getting there.
They are. There's been a strong group of individuals led by John Coventry and Ian Deans that have done a significant amount of drainage on the Oval over the last 3 years. The Oval's now used basically 6 days a week, Monday through Thursday training, Friday nights juniors, Saturdays and Sundays men's and women's. So it's holding up pretty well. Yeah,
the traffic it must get, as you said, with games and also training. Just take us through the Mount Lofty Football Club, the number of teams that you have. It's and of course the women's involvement in the game now too. That's certainly put extra sides on the park, hasn't it?
Oh, it certainly has. So 21 sides plus our Auskick program running from the Stirling Oval with Rose Peak doing a great job out there. So yeah, just over 500 players at the moment, which we're taking small lifts each year, which is great position to be in. We feel fortunate. Yeah,
and obviously not only kids involved in the Hills Football League program, but also SANFL juniors.
Yeah, SANFL juniors, obviously there with the clash, particularly in the girls program with netball on a Saturday. We invest in that program, putting the girls down the hill as well, and depending on the year we also put a boys program into SANFL as well, so if there isn't room in HFL we'll pop them down the hill as well, just to make sure we get people enjoying the game.
So a very big area, as I said, the Mount Lofty Football Club encompassing Crayford, Stirling, Aldgate, and now parts of Bridgewater. You have a big area, a big community area to cater for, don't you?
Yeah, it is. I mean, we've got strong competition close by. Blackwood's in the geography. Obviously, Ironbank, Bridgewater in the geography. Onka's in the geography. So we're certainly plenty of competition for places to go. But we think we've got a product that's bringing people in.
And obviously, with most clubs, like your good self, volunteers, it takes a lot of volunteers and people behind the scenes to make 21 teams work.
It does. We've got an exceptional management team at the moment. Big investments into finance this year with three people sitting in our finance space. Doubled down in sponsorship as well. So it's all coming to life pretty well for us.
And of course, in the last 2 years or so, the development down the, which you probably might have noticed in the broadcast, the stream down the bottom end goals, of course, the new Taj Mahal change rooms that have been built. So
it is very fortunate. Obviously, some co-investment from state and federal government and local council with the Adelaide Hills Council investing in there. Obviously, with us fitting part of the bill as well. So it's coming together. We've nearly got it right. It's getting close. So hopefully by the end of this season, which will be 2 seasons in, we'll be cherry ripe to be using it for another 30 plus years.
Yeah, and of course a touch of anticipation for the Mountain Devils. Of course, the reserves winning the flag last year, but the A grade have been a long time apart from obviously their 2014 Division 2 undefeated premiership. Haven't played Division 1 final since 2010, I think it is. So a very long time between drinks, but there's just a sense of anticipation that this year this Devils side, currently sitting in 3rd spot, will play finals.
We'll play finals. I mean, a few years back we sat down and we had a vision not a short-term vision, but a medium-term vision to be back into finals. We've had a fair plug at changing baseline culture, expectations, the whole bit, and I think we're just starting to see the rewards from some consistent efforts. So it's nice. We're on time with our plan, which is nice.
And of course, Rob, building on it has been the fact that won a couple of under-18 premierships back to back a couple of years ago. So those guys now filtering through, and such as we, Benny and myself, remote on the young Devils, which they are. The average age is, apart from someone like Milesy who pushes it up.
Yeah, well, I suppose we're just starting to see the benefits as well as giving those juniors game time.
Yep.
We've had a couple of years where we were up and down significantly, which is sort of what happens when you've got guys with low game counts. Seeing the game counts come up, the experience come up.
Absolutely.
It's certainly, we're in certainly a much more balanced position than we were 3 years ago.
Just quickly, as the players move into position here, social events coming up. Always well patronised here at Devils. You got anything special come up there?
Yeah, we've got Chairman's Lunch on August the 19th. We've got our Christmas in July coming up in a couple of weeks.
Certainly got the right conditions here with the snow.
Yeah, well, you just never know at Heathfield, do you? What's the time?
That's right. But you do know that you'll get a wet contest in the middle of July and August. So, Rob, thanks very much for joining us, and hopefully the Devils are going well at the moment. Hopefully they can actually cause a bit of a major set. Last time they beat Hahndorf back in 2011, so a long time between drinks.
Yeah, we'll have a fair crack at the least.
Thanks,
Jeff.
Thanks for joining us, Rob Sampson, there, the chairman of the Mount Lofty Football Club, as we're underway in term 3. So conditions really similar to what we had in the second term. The rain continuing during the break. As Mount Lofty defence into play here early. Eckerman with the ball. Locked up there. A good tackle applied by Babbage. As we go around the grounds on the call with the Wild. Half time, Onka Valley 8-10, leading Ironbank 1-4. Of course, Onka's having a good win last week over Mount Lofty, so they're making a push for the double chances. Here's a shot on goal for Hahndorf, and I think it's Norden there.
Have a look at the replay if possible.
If we could possibly look at the replay, just missed that. So striking in the first minute. It's hard. So, after not kicking a goal since the 22-minute mark of the first term, the Magpies are on the board in 50 seconds of the second half. So certainly a steady there for them. So back in the centre. Ruckjaw. Roberts gets it down, taken by Alex Weeks. Sells a bit of Candies, gets around there, gets a high kick out towards the half-forward flank, looking for Harry Weeks. Harry takes the mark there. So the Devils be looking to counter that early goal in the second half, scored by the Magpies. Because we're in their grey away clash strip this afternoon. Here's over the back, a free kick has been paid.
Well, someone who will be happy with that first goal, Pistols, on the message bank at half-time. Tony Parker-Bors was tuning in, watching from Optus Stadium in Perth before the state game.
Oh,
obviously
brilliant.
Watching Xavier play there, but she can watch. They can watch Troy and Joel here.
Keep a track of the boys. Fantastic.
And also got a few other comments here. Scott Taylor was looking good. Robbie Tim Napstein is tuned in as well. Gonya Nappy. Jane J Hill's also got some great stats here. Pistols, even though he's not here. Actually here, he's sent through some stats, so I'll get to those very shortly. Jill Johnson, she's watching in from Mount Gambier. And I'll just get up Jaden's stat here.
Fantastic. I'll just go around the grounds, as we said. Onka Valley 8-10 to Ironbank 1-4. Mount Barker 4-3. Leading Lobethal 3-4 out in the Valley of Praise there. So what's that, a 5-point?
Oh, here we go. Max Borden kicks the ball forward for the Devils. Sykes to target. Good use of the body. Tracking back though. Joel Parker-Bors just shoveling the ball. Umpire says rush behind. Got to say, half-time, Pistols, there was an interesting conversation in the middle of the ground. Sam Williams, the captain for Hahndorf, just having a chat to the officiating umpires in Bill Tonkin and Trevor Morrison. Just maybe about some clarifying some decisions
it's clarification,
in that second quarter. Just a bit of clarification, but one thing that clarified is Sam Mosger's going to take a sliding mark. It's the first time since round 12, 2011, that Hahndorf were held goalless against Mount Lofty, and it's the first time this year Hahndorf have been held goalless in a quarter. So that's Devils will take a lot of confidence from that. But in the meantime, Hahndorf have kicked the first goal in this third term, and they've extended their lead slightly to 10 points.
So umpire Bill Tonkin in the action again as he balls it up. Roberts, Healy gets the ball down. Clever handball by Norden found Hayden. Long kick out here. It's a chance here for Grundy and Luke Roberts. Roberts trying to keep the ball in front of him. Oh, a bit of fresh air hack from Luke Roberts. Ball still at ground level. Clever work there. Could have been holding the ball by Xander. The Lofty crowd not happy with that. Finally, Grundy gets the ball back. Only as far as Norden, who takes the mark. Didn't go 10. So set upon. So the crowd really starting to warm up here. Probably warming what the conditions are,
as
Benny.
you can see, the water falling off the gutters.
Yes, absolutely. You can see the
overspill.
So
Westweek versus Robertson. Roberts won it down. Good flick on there by Kleeman, I think it was. Meantime, it's worked out of defence by Miles. Parker Bors punches it down. Roberts tries to flick it on. Here's Sam Williams versus Alex Weeks. Williams goes in again, holding on to, not seen by the umpire. Yench, meantime, snaps the ball towards centre forward. High flyer there was Mail, earns a free kick.
Yeah, push there, set himself well for that mark, Jared Miles. So good wet weather football mark taken by Jared Miles. Benny said former Alec Parker medalist in a grand final. Nice raking kick out there. Good defensive work by the Devils. First to get it behind. Uses the boundary line to be his friend. And ball out over the line. So we'll have a ball up here. So good game of footy here on the Call to Wild, coming to you through Filming Footy, Sports Interactive and Dartfish. Of course, HFL sponsors Police Credit Union, Closely Supermarkets West End, Sports Power Sharon, the Courier Newspaper, Rostow Homes, Sports Centre and Think Road Safety. Meanwhile, kick away by Miles, close to the boundary line, taken by Troy Parker Bowles. As we said, Tony watching over there. Hopefully it's a bit sunny and perfect as at Heathfield, I tell you. Ball sent back there, big leap by Roberts over the back, ball comes to ground. Trying to get it clear to Devils' defence. This was Wood. Hacks it forward. Oh, good tap on there. Comes down to the big man and Roberts tries to keep the ball in front of him. It's a greasy pig of a ball trying to pick up at the moment. Ball goes forward there. Once again, good defensive ball. Morby infringed though his opponent as he put his hand on, and Luke Roberts will take the free kick here. Just to explain to umpire Morrison indicating elbow. I thought it was just a hand. Okay. But anyway, Luke Roberts, chance to kick his first goal for the game. As we said, that's kicked 19 for the season, so greasy ball here. But the fireman, good chance here to keep the rage for the Magpies. Kick their second for the term, deliberate approach. He's pulled it a little bit to the left. No, he snuck it through. So Hahndorf just once again stamping authority with a goal to Luke Roberts.
Yeah, no, they're clearly up and about here. Each goal's been celebrated
enthusiastically.
Enthusiastically, that's my word, Pistols.
Well, they're tough conditions out there, Benny, so I suppose any goal on a day like today, you'll take, that's for sure.
Back in the middle, Roberts, Troy Parker Bors, Trenorden, Sam Williams, Asian there, Wes Weeks, Alex Weeks and Tyson Hone. Trenorden sockets the ball off the ground towards the half-forward line. Attack on the ball there by Kleeman. Umpire let that one go. Ball spills out. Eckerman around the contest. Quite a number of players around there. Umpire says I'll have it. Sam Hayden just out the contest here versus McTaggart. They had a good duel in that opening half. Yench just near the cricket pitch area. He's against young Bailey Collins. Meantime, Trenorden, Hayden, outside of the boot, inside 50, went through the mitt there of Xander. It's almost holding the ball against Ace. Yes, it is. I mean, against Miles. Good tackle by the Little Master. Yep. Can't take on the Little Master. He loves it.
So, masterly performance there by Miles as he puts it across here. Will it sit for the run of Peterson? Damon Peterson, cleverly.
I was going to say, just soccer it.
Yeah, FIFA style. Women's
Go
World
again.
Cup. They'll go again. It's got support there from Alex Weeks, the skipper. He goes backwards towards Tucker, but overrun by numbers. Williams, clever handball to the pocket, finds Hahndorf, do something creative, tries to get around, but good dogged defence there by Morby.
Yep.
Ensured he didn't get clear, so the Devils sticking to their task here. Very good game of footy here.
It is. Hahndorf kicked the first two of this third term, similar to the first term where they kicked first 2 goals inside 6 minutes, and then
difficult conditions, Benny, but some
seems
good
like
quality football.
Seems like kicking downhill was favourable today.
Jordan, that's holding the
Luke Roberts with a bit of an airy. Alex Weeks over it, and he's dragged beautifully through the turf there. Not beautifully, he'd be a bit annoyed about that. Ball inside 50 here for Hahndorf, kicking down the slope. They lead by 16 points. Kicked the first 2 goals of this quarter. Flying kick out of the pack.
Williams,
It's
I think
gone
it was.
through
Yeah.
out of bounds. So last touch. Damo Peterson with the ball.
So Peterson back in the A-grade ranks. First time this season, goes long. Target there is Carmody, big leap. Harry Weeks also involved. Stolen there by Reed. Come to Harry Weeks, smothered. Comes back here to Collins. Gives it back to Ace. He's set upon. Managed to get it clear. Got it back to Reed. High kick, wing area ball back there is Burling on. Drops it. The Stallion.
No, he's
Still got time as he steps around and sends. Smothered kick. So plenty of errors in this game. Scrappy game. Hayden.
Falcon.
Yeah, Falcon there. Comes back here to McTaggart. Close to the boundary line. Slips over. Got it back to
Good read.
Reed.
That was nice
Good
work.
play now. Here's a chance for leak. Good leap by Hone. Bounces clear. The cavalry's there.
Good
Then
hustle.
Tripodi goes to ground. Hone doing well. 2 against 1. Tripodi. Meanwhile, the whistle is gone and it's a free kick.
Can we have a look at the replay? I'm not sure.
Great work there by Hone.
Incredible hustle by Hone.
Had 2 to beat. So the former Sturt under-18 and reserves premiership player back at Mount Lofty this season. Great work. So take his best kick here.
So he's going to kick around the corner.
That's
there.
kick 9 for the season. So he'll kick from...
Brother Brendan was playing in the reserves.
Yep. Because Joshy, league side tomorrow against Port Adelaide for Sturt. It's not going to come back.
Gave it everything he had there.
So the Devils continue their trend of behinds, Benny.
Good
They
hustle,
moved
though.
to
Good hustle.
2-9 to...
Got to maintain the intensity all
16
game.
Yep, 16-point ball game. So Yench just waiting here. Told he's got to wait for the goal umpire to...
Yench will bring the ball in here from the defensive 50. Grundy's going to fly in here, punch the ball. Good work, crumbing by Xander. Outside towards Mail. Great pick up. Good smother there, or good pressure anyway by Miles.
Very
He's
well
gone out
done
of
by
bounds.
the little master there. So good game of footy here on the Call to Wild Hills Footy, Division 1. Top ranked Hahndorf, in fact, haven't lost a game this season, taking on the 3rd ranked hosting Mount Lofty Devils. The Devils certainly taking it up. Challenge. Roberts, loop variety, got it down. Once again, McTaggart. Will of the Wisp stuff as he carves through the pack, gets a clearing kick. Up here, here's Perling on his own. Fumbles the ball. Here's Harry Weeks again. Wes Weeks is there. Ball spills free, taken by Harry Weeks. Look away, handball found to Norden. His handball doesn't find the body. Quick throw there, Wally Lewis style. Ball comes out there, best. There's a pitch. Carmody tried to intercept it.
Yench.
Taken by Yench. Gives it to the run of
Karate.
Karate. Goes forward, over the head. Here's a chance. Made of numbers for the Pies. This way, that way. I think it was Babbage. Round the corner, across the face. But just good transition of the ball here, Benny, despite these conditions.
15 points to margin. Get the feeling Devs need to be around that 1 goal margin at 3/4 time. So Miles works the ball out of defence. Wes Week went up. Ball ping pong style. Hayden driven to the ground. Troy Parker paws. Eckerman and Hayden going at it here behind the play. Ex-teammates. Meantime, Miles, he's playing a good 3rd quarter. Gets it to Borden. It'll be Hayden and Weeks, and Perling fists it down. Snap forward by Ace. This is a cracking contest. You're right, Pistol. Huxtable, the young man, great poise. Tried to get it to Troy Parker Boers. Bit clumsy there from McTaggart.
Yeah. It's a bit unlucky in these conditions too. He just stumbled over the top of him. Just a bit clumsy. So Troy Parker Bowles High kick forward. Lowering out. Oh, it was Babbage. Goes back and gets it. Trying to smooth his way
That's all right.
through.
That's all good.
Umpire letting it flow.
A little bit different this third term, letting it go a bit more.
Perhaps Sammy gave him a little bit of advice.
Maybe.
Sammy Williams, as I said, the skipper at half time, just having a chat to the umpires.
Just clarifying a few things.
Yeah, he's allowed to ask, so why not? So, Boundary Academy boy will pitch the ball back in, so it's Wes Weeks against Luke Roberts. Grundy, the third man out, got it down straight down the throat of Hahndorf, but waiting in the goal line is the keeper, and Peterson gets it across here to Tucker, so they've got space to run, but in front of them there's a few grey jumpers. Can they get it past that? Slipping
ball.
over there was Reed. He's got support out there, 2 against many. If they can hold this up, they do well, because there was a few grey and white jumpers behind the ball, so they'd be pretty happy with that to hold it in that area at the moment, the Devils.
Drizzling conditions, 2-9 to 5-6. Lights are on.
So just again around the grounds on Caldwell, Onka Valley 8-10, Ironbank 1-4, Mount Barker 4-3, Loberthal 3-4. Half-time scores for you here in the Adelaide Hills region.
Boundary throw-in. Call of the Wild Facebook page, Hills Football League Facebook page, and also Hills Football League on YouTube. Let us know where you're coming in from. Of course, Lofty 88.9, Adelaide Hills Community Radio as well. So, ball slightly favouring Hahndorf's scoring end. They've kicked 2 in this term to Joel Parker-Bors and Luke Roberts, and they'll go forward once again by Joel. At the back of the bus is Jordan's. Comes the front and centre though. Socket off the ground by Jared Mayle. Opportunist goal at its finest.
Well, good sides, mate. Something out of nothing, and Jared Mayle kicked the first goal of the game. And now he's got his second. It's Benny called it very well. Opportunist goal there. So they've equalled their return in the first quarter when they were kicking down the hill. So they kicked 3-5 in that quarter. At the moment they have 3 goals. So the Devils, although competing very well, just... that scoreboard, and particularly on the daylight today where gold's premium, would just be a little bit concerned and need to get one back. Comes down to Williams. Quick kick away. Got a bit of barry to barrel. Bouncing. Ball out. Lumbers to Fireman, and Roberts. Tackled. Comes to Eckerman. Eckerman got it back towards a teammate there. Dispossessed.
Oh, great work, Roberts.
Roberts, yeah, good second effort. Umpire Morrison letting it flow. Ball comes back out there. Quick hands out into Borden. Max Ferrari gets it back to Morby. Morby back to Borden, looking for a clearing kick. Puts it across to the hands of McTaggart in the back pocket.
Yeah, Weeks is on here. Alex takes the mark. Now he can go to Hone. Oh, great work, Alex Weeks. Got around the young man Karatai, but chopped off there by Yench.
Entertaining game here, Benny. It's the barometer says 7, but feels like 4. So I reckon it feels like -4. Even our producer Will here, he's got the icicles on his head there.
So boundary throw in. It'll be a throw in here. Yench. we'll just have to do that again. It's just difficult conditions. Go again. Here we go. Heavy football pistols, no doubt. That's better. Up we go. Roberts versus Weeks in ruck. Hayden set upon there by Weeks.
6.
Alex Weeks snaps the ball to half forward line. Good hustle there by Tyson Hone versus Karatai. And it's a free kick here for Hone. So he works the ball out to McTaggart. Good pressure on the mark by Joel Parker-Bors, stopping him from moving on quickly. So McTaggart will probably kick towards a dangerous position, about 20 metres, 30 metres out from goal. Pack form, ball hits the deck eventually. Worked out to Sykes. Goal! Have a look at the replay there if possible. Good response, Pistols. Needed that one.
Absolutely. Once again, the young guys getting involved for the Devils. So they'll be pleased with that. That's their first goal at that end of the ground, Benny. And Sykes, see just opening in the pack over his head. Matthew Yench just stand the hands on the hips, saying, how could that happen? Same with Joel.
Tyson Hone playing a good game.
Absolutely.
Good hustle.
Well, in and unders on the daylight today, Benny. You thrive on them.
3-9 to 6-6. So another one here.
Yeah, back to that 15-point margin. So as you said, the Devils can keep in touch under 3 goals or even less.
Probably two.
2.
coming down the hill. Not as heavy rain now.
Once again, equal scoring shots at the moment, Benny. As you said, the Devils once again plagued with a little bit of inconsistent.
Oval's holding up
shooting.
well, isn't it?
So, Williams flicks it back. Trenorden gets the ball out, but here's a chance for Tucker.
Got to be smart here.
So Tucker looking for Devils who'll shoot it to Morby. Morby in turn playing possession football. Didn't hit the target there, but good enough to get out of it. His teammate comes back in. Morby mops up nicely. Intercepted nicely there around the corner was Tripodi. Ball comes forward, taken by Miles, who's played a very good game in defence using his experience, but the kick forward has been taken by Parker Boz.
Yep.
The Joel variety. Hello to Tony.
So Joel Parker Boz, middle of the ground, just slightly right of the centre. And not the best kick. Taken there by Kai Tucker. He's got a few touches last few minutes. Eckerman puts the ex-Magpie under pressure. Got it back to Miles. Just unloads a bit of a torp out towards the wing. How will it go here? Reed, great attack on the ball. Don't mind his contest so far. Got to keep hustling away against Hahndorf. Ball shovels out. Roberts is lurking. Ball eventually comes out to Xander.
Great.
And that's a fierce double team tackle there.
Gang tackle there. Certainly by the young Devils. So, as we said, Hahndorf, undefeated this year. Takes a bit of a challenge here. Healy at ground level, got it out. Looking there was Ace, goes to ground under pressure. Tackle applied there by Adam Trenorden. So once again, Paul Morrison will ball it up here on the call while trust you enjoying our global stream, wherever you're watching. Hopefully it's a bit warmer than it is here. Little toe poke forward, finds Trenorden. Goes little short kick to a teammate there. Centres the ball nicely, and here's the young man, I think it is, on debut, Lachlan Huxtable.
Well, this will be definitely worth a replay.
Right place, right time there. So Devils perhaps a little bit of slack checking, allowing a bit of clear space there.
They'll come from everywhere here.
Yes, well, obviously he's lining up his first goal in senior football, A-grade football for the Pies.
Here we go. First shot for Lachlan Huxtable at A-grade football. He's kicked the goal. Here they come.
And they come around a memorable moment, historic moment for the young man.
Have a look at the replay there.
Yeah.
See if we can get that image up too, Will, of his before the match of him with the Guernsey.
So Coach
What a great. Here we go. Here's the moment again. Lachlan Huxtable, first A-grade goal.
So Coach Borden would have been a bit disappointed with that, allowing the young man to slip free and just had a very unblocked run to that as the ball came in. So well done, Lachlan Huxtable. Perhaps the first of many goals. Certainly hasn't looked out of place.
Well, he's done it all today. He's played a bit of ruck. He's played in defence. He's played forward.
Yeah. So Roberts versus Jerry Healy. Roberts fists it forward. Hahndorf toe poke it out wide. Here's a chance for Troy Parker. Bowles under siege. Gets out the back door towards Trenorden. Goes to ground under tackling pressure of Borden, the Max variety.
Got to keep going, Mount Lofty.
As the rain returns here, ever so slight. So Roberts just hacks Healy out the way. Comes out at Alex Weeks. He's clear. Gets it to Hone. Weeks flat behind play by Roberts over the top of him. Gets it back to Borden. So the Devils once again pushing forward.
Moles pushing forward. Little Master. He'd be on track for the beanie and the thongs pistols if when we eventually get them. Meantime, it's towards the half-forward line. Trenorden, middle of the ground. Huxtable's around the action, and he'll light a tackle on Sherman and holding the ball.
He's doing it all, the young man.
He is. Might be in contention for in the best players at the moment. So Williams kicks it out towards Joel Parker Bores, out towards Jaron Mayle. Usually a good user of the ball on his left. Long, Babbage or Cooper Hoff. Ball hits the deck. Good work from the Devils' defence. 23 minutes gone, 7-6 to 3-9. Got to keep fighting him out, Lofty.
So dangerous position once again for the Devils. They already conceded 4 goals this quarter. Comes out here to Trenorden.
He ducked
the chutney. And, good umpiring by umpire Morrison in these conditions.
Yep, constructive feedback, half time.
So, ball up. Where's Weeks?
Oh, Babbage! Oh,
Right
goalkeeper.
in the line, Chenord, Peterson. So, but opportunist and nearly created something out of nothing again, Babbage. So, Eckerman.
Yep, he'll work the ball in here. Galars have a bit of a feed. Meantime, here's Riley Grundy. Just couldn't quite take the mark. Troy Parker Bors gets it out to Jaron Mail. Good tackle there by Aish, but lacks of fortune in Cooper Hoff's hands, and this is probably the best shot for goal in the Hahndorf forward line. Last year's leading goal kicker.
Kicked the goal on the first term, Benny. So, has actually got 26 for the season.
Daniel Roberts coming off. Luke Roberts coming on. Balcony just a little bit quiet here. Hoff. Misses to the left. Hahndorf go to 7-8. Mount Lofty 3-9, sorry. 24 minutes gone. 12 scoring shots to 15. So, Mount Lofty, Eckerman. Oh!
Well, that was a kick that was always wrought with a bit of danger as Peterson passed, but Eckerman, a big collision there.
Sorry,
Babbage.
mate, he says.
Yeah. Babbage and Eckerman, the two former teammates there. So, Eckerman gets the transfers play nicely across to Bennett Wood. Here goes long. Up here to Aish. Aish, good mark. Post to Xander. The Daniel variety. Oh,
that's okay.
Out wide, comes out here. Ball goes forward, coming to meet nicely is Leake. Standing his ground over Borden. Gets his boot, the ball bouncing, ball back towards Hopgood. Of the Braden variety. High kick. Carmody off the chest and the wet ball. Back to Dylan Hopgood.
Holding on.
Grab without the ball rules umpire Tonkin, much to the thoughts of the Mount Lofty crowd. So Hopgood will go inside 50. Here's the target coming out as Babbage. Well done by Grundy. Got his hand to the ball. Taken by Eckerman. Handball smothered. Follows up nicely. Goes to ground under pressure. In the back rules the umpire. So Ash Eckerman, because the zone football and also Hills representative skipper this year, Benny.
Yep. So Eckerman will kick past towards us. Luke Roberts. Oh, Wes Weeks. No issues there for the big man.
Superb grab.
So Wes Weeks just near us in the broadcasting position and the balcony area. Kicks it towards the half-forward line. Harry Weeks caught one in the chops there. And he'll earn a free kick. So opportunity here for the Devils to move the ball forward through the dangerous left footer.
So Devils, Harry Weeks. Rep footy this year, because reigning dual best and fairest Coventry Doors medalist at Mount Lofty. Sets up high. Here's Wes Weeks. Can he produce scan? Got his hands to it. Goes back for a second grab. Close, knocked out of pack, but the goalkeeper on the last line of defence, Sammy Hayden, cuts off any chance of a score. So Hayden thought about playing on, then decides to go back. Not a lot on offer here. They're all manned up well. Chips it forward though, as the siren goes for three-quarter time.
Interesting.
Hahndorf, 23-point lead, but Devils coming down the mountain, so we speak.
4-1 term.
So not without a chance here. So Hahndorf 7-8, 50, leading Mount Lofty 3-9, 27 at quarter time. We'll be back.
I just go shout out to Nick Thompson, who's obviously would love to be out there. He says, "Come on, you Devils." See on your Tomo. Is that right?
Yeah, any more?
Yeah. Tony Parker Bors, as I said. Scott Taylor, Tim Knapstein, Jill Johnson. So, yeah. Any more, send them through.
Excellent work. All right, as I said, three-quarter time here. It's Hahndorf leading by 23 points. We'll be back here on the Call to Wild shortly. Welcome back here live to Arkaba Oval-Heathfield. 3/4 time break. Round 13 Hills Football League Division 1 A-grade action. As you can see, Hahndorf 7-8-50 leading Mount Lofty 3-9-27. So Mount Lofty coming down the slope to the left of the screen or left of your dial if you're listening through 88.9 Lofty. So Devils, if they're good enough, perhaps to cause a bit of an upset here. Topple the undefeated competition leader Hahndorf. And in fact win their first A-grade game against Hahndorf since April 2011. So a long time ago for the Devils. Let's set the challenge ahead of them. So all in readiness now. Umpire Tonkin holds the ball off, so we're underway. Final term here. Grundy. Roberts gets the ball down. Good attack on the ball there by Trinorden against Hone. So ball held in. So once again umpire Tonkin sets up Grundy this time. High leap, got it down. Alex Weeks spins his way clear. Got the ball out to Miles. Miles puts the ball forward, but getting back and taking a defensive mark is Joel Parker Biles. So Joe Parker Biles, of course, won the Maynard medal last couple of weeks ago for the zone team in the country championship. Puts out wide, and that's a very good mark taken right in front of us in the choppy part of the ground, taken by James Tripodi, the past premiership skipper, back with the Magpies this year. Puts the ball forward. Set under is Grundy. Oh, big leap over the top with Luke Roberts. Ball comes to ground. Peterson getting involved. Also Hayden. Ball comes out the back door. Fancy footwork there by Weeks. Trying to get it clear. Here's Harry Weeks. Also Babbage just bustles his way through. Locked up in a tackle by Sherman and paid for holding the ball. Yep. So Sherman with the ball to send the Devils into attack. As we go around the grounds, quarter wild, 3/4 time, Benny. Onka Valley 15-12, Ironbank 2-6, so you think the Bulldogs on their way to victory there. Mount Barker 6-4, lead Lobe 5-4. So 1 goal to difference there, 3/4 time out there at the Valley of Praise in an important game for both sides.
Well, Mount Lofty have certainly proven themselves so far. They're right in this contest. 23 points the margin, as Jaden said, over the last, since 2011, the average margin has been 60 points. Is that right, if I remember correctly?
Yes, got it written down
from Jaden.
Yep.
So they're challenging conditions. Ovals, I mean, compared to what it would have been years and years ago, Pistols, it's looking good, isn't it?
Absolutely. As we spoke to Robbie Sampson, the chairman, at half-time, yes.
Only a few real patches out there, but nothing really to speak of. As umpire Trevor Morrison throws the ball up, Grundy won it down. Got to just get the ball forward here. Eckerman tried to sock it off the groove. It was just pushed off his off the line there. So edging their way forward. Mount Lofty got the ball bang in the middle of the ground on the wing. Well, not middle of the ground, but middle. Yeah, you get the idea. In the meantime, Roberts won it down. Tried to get it to Norden. McTaggart wraps up Tripodi. And they're just edging their way forward here, Mount Lofty.
Interesting, Benny. They need to kick 4 goals to hit the lead. They've only kicked 3 so far for the game. So, as we said, a big task against, and of course, against a pretty tough side like Hahndorf. So the young Devils, but certainly can hold their head up high. They've battled pretty strongly this afternoon. So Grundy going to the line, gets the ball down. Here's Alex Weeks. Toe pokes it forward. There's a chance if it sits from a tag. It uses, improvises the soccer skills, puts it forward. Coming to me, it was Hopgood overrun. Oh, good strong body work there by both teams. Game of volleyball. Here's Carmody, gets the ball forward. Yench lurking with the ball, takes possession. Got it back here towards Xander. Daniel variety, ball held up. So the Devils have once again inched further forward. So inside their 50-metre arc.
McTaggart lurking here, Pistols. Aish is usually good in these situations. Here's McTaggart, spoke of him. Oh, Perling. Ball bobbles out. Here's Tyson Hone. Hoff. Hayden. Trying to get it to Tripodi. Just willing the ball forward here, the Magpies. Trinorden back to Hayden. Handball out. Cut off. I think that was Carmody. Ball hemmed in 50 for the Devils. Still fighting. Good signs.
It's interesting when you watch the Magpies, Benny. It runs like a rugby game. They run in the line. They've got support all around, like handed off.
Yep. So, Michael Borden barking instructions down here at ground level. 23 points the margin. 1 here for the Devils. And they're right back in the hunt. Probably 1 more for Hahndorf. It could be game over. So the Devils kick the ball forward. Perling. Oh, it went through his mitts there. Just that sort of day. Joel Parker Balls was lurking, but meantime Yench. And it's taken straight to his mate in Miles.
So the masterly Miles puts it
Good.
forward.
Perling.
This time the big man makes sure it sits that big toe and just gives Ace a little bit to go on the side as he goes back. So we have the Galars of the day in the background. So high kick. Leap there by Grundy across the face. The pack ball comes to ground. Once again, good tackling of pressure applied there for the Devils.
McTaggart still by himself in the middle of the ground. So it's just kind of near Tripodi area now.
Williams comes back to Daniel Roberts. Peng for holding the ball, yes. As you can see, he's trying to get rid of it. Explained to the umpire. The umpire said no. So that was David and Goliath. There is Hone emerging with the free kick. So Tyson Hone towards the pocket, the lead here. Can the Devils get a mark? No. Leak up. Ball spills free.
Oh!
There's a chance here. If it sits, soccer by H across the goal line. Tantalisingly close and finished off with an own goal by Hayden. Sammy Hayden, so concedes the minor score. First score of the quarter is a minor one behind to Mount Lofty. They move along to 3-10. 7-8, so 22-point margin as Jens brings the ball back into play.
Just the last few minutes, Perling's been pretty handy in that defensive 50 pistols. Mount Lofty pressing. And they'll continue to press here because they've got another chance. Ball's gone in the tree, is it? Oh, no, it's just... so goals towards this end of the ground. 4, 7, 9 goals? 9 towards... yeah.
3, 7, 9.
So that,
yes,
yeah,
9 goals.
Towards this end of the ground. So 1 here for the Devs. So 9 of the 10 goals have been kicked towards this end of the ground in the match so far. And now it's still deep inside 50 here.
9-1. Yeah, exactly. Sykes kicking the only goal. With Hahndorf being scoreless in the second quarter when they were kicking to the right of screen or right of the dial. So interesting. Alex Weeks trying to bundle his way through. There's a chance here also for Sammy Williams, the skipper.
Yeah.
Good to see him back after he had the last half of the season.
Oh, yeah.
Ended with injury last year, a broken leg, I think, fractured leg. So good to see the skipper back. Handball clear there by Huxtable. His teammate set upon there was Williams by Hone. So
he's had a good first game, Huxtable.
He has, yeah, certainly. Be hard to
very versatile.
Be hard to drop him from the Hahndorf selection, wouldn't it? Bearing in mind they got 2 guys playing for the state today.
Yep, Ben Salt and Xavier Parker Balls. All the best to them playing for South Australia in the country championships against WA. Meantime, ball still around the half-forward line for Mount Lofty. Eckerman, that's 50. Oh, bit of feeling there.
Yeah, a bit of push to the old ex-teammates. So you just see state of the ground there in the bottom of the screen. Generally in good condition, but obviously a bit of mud patches everywhere. Game that's played probably in a half as the rain has sort of returned here. Just drizzly, but certainly made conditions slippery and a bit soggy underfoot in passages. But is footy in the hills in winter.
Yep, that's right. As Kleeman kicks the ball out towards the half-forward line. Luke Roberts held onto there with one wing. Oh, umpire lets it go. That's interesting. Yeah. All players had stopped. Meantime, it's gone towards about the 30-metre mark. Dangerously lurking is Hoff.
Good tackle once again, Sherman.
Good promotion there for...
yeah, but also great tackles live here too, as Sherman showed.
Good publicity. Great, incredible size billboards here.
Yeah, massive.
Biggest I've seen.
Comes out here, looks like Trenorden got it out to Hayden, looking for support, and tried to handball, but deemed the throw. So that man, the Shermanator, found peace of mind with the tackle there.
Yeah, it's strategically.
It's all happening here, isn't it?
Is he saying this guy reminds you of Gary Ayres? Is that right? Is that right?
They get value for money here, the advertisers and sponsors
Call
on the
Call
of the Wild.
Yeah. What, strategically placed is Miles. He's been fantastic. Sammy Miles. Handy to have him. Pistols playing well at this time of the year. The little master after an injury start to the year. So, Devils looking to try and stop Hahndorf goal scoring again. That'd be another positive for them after keeping Hahndorf goalless in the second term. First time this season Hahndorf have been held goalless. But Devils obviously want to kick a few goals to be a chance of winning.
I just think it, Benny, take away that 2014 season when they got relegated Div 2 and won the undefeated flag. This could well be Sam Miles's first A-grade Division 1 finals campaign with Mount Lofty since he was a senior colt back in about 2005. So, little master done all.
It's a big month coming up for the Devils. Obviously, next week they play Nan.
Of course, they see that all on Call of the Wild once again.
That's right.
And I think your Raidlers in the mix as well after that. So, as you said, testing time for the Devils. They've been the top 2-3 most of the season, but facing a couple of challenges over the next few weeks. As the ball goes forward, Peterson appeared to be pushed out as it fell fortuitously in the hands of Babbage. Looks like Grundy hobbling there.
Corky. Babbage goes the ball into the pocket. Hayden.
Yeah. Superior body work there against Hone. Sammy Hayden there.
I think Riley Grundy's just got a bit of cramp there, Pistols.
Yep. He's been a bit of a workhorse this afternoon, and particularly in his conditions. Combating, the dual, of course, big Daniel Roberts, but also Luke Roberts and also young Huxtable. So he's virtually done it on his own. So Hayden here. Go to Banana.
Second goal towards that end of the ground.
And the first for Hahndorf, as you said, at that end. So,
well, that should all but secure the win for Hahndorf.
As we come up to 11-minute mark.
Very competitive effort from the Devs. Still plenty of time to go. And they've still got some key players, obviously both sides. Key players to come back into the lineup. Archer Borden, Nick Thompson.
As I say, man, Nick Thompson is probably sitting home by the fire.
Yep. Resting up. And Sabian Parker-Bors and Ben Salt as well.
So back in the centre, Huxtable waiting it down. Down to Alex Weeks. No clearance opportunity. So once again, it'll be Grundy versus Huxtable. Grundy got it forward, but Tag got his hands to it, intercepted there by Tripodi. Well done, second effort. Can he break clear of the ball? He does, but intercepted by the little master Miles. Ball comes out the back door to that man Huxtable. Once again, Tyson Hone like a bulldog there. And young Huxtable picks himself up from the bottom of the pack. So as you said, been a pretty impressive debut for the young man. Grundy, front position, backhands it down towards Hone. Usual suspects there. Hone, Hayden around the ball, and umpire Morrison once again will ball it up.
Coach Borden, when he looks back at his Pistols, he'd be showing a lot of positives, I'm sure. That second quarter in particular, when they outscored Hahndorf 2-0. And he'll be keen to continue to show some highlights of this final term. Meantime, Kleeman kicks the ball out to Troy Parker-Bors. Great mark.
Yep, strong.
Versus Miles, very strong player. Gives it all. Troy Parker-Bors kicks the ball to half forward. Grundy. Umpire
push
says
out.
Free kick. Push out.
Tree would have been a little bit soggy for Troy to hug this morning, Benny.
Yeah, it would have.
But, yeah, might have
well, the family's up in at WA as well. As Harry Weeks goes a short pass.
Peterson.
Damo Peterson. Not the best kick. Shermanators around the area. So's Hone. Under the pump, though, the Devils. Good work, Hone. Works the ball out towards the wing. Aish versus Karatai. Joel Parker-Bors, meantime, will mop up, and usually a good user of the ball. And that time it's turned over, though. Yench. Williams. And finds Tripodi.
Tripodi got space out in the wing. Firmer part of the ground. Just decides to go back. He's going to go. He's got two players out wide. So it's a bit of a raffle. As he found Karatai. There goes further. A field bit intercepting here. Be Sherman. Wastes no time. Runs off. Sends down the wing here looking for Ace. Getting back to his Parker-Bors. Got his hand to it. Timely deflection and ball goes out of the boundary line. Gets acknowledgement there for that effort by Sammy Hayden. Was Joel Parker-Bors. So once again the academy boy, the young academy boy.
No doubt tested today, Hahndorf.
bit optimistic, the academy boy with the sun hat on today.
Yes. Well, early in the day, it's beautiful.
So, Eckerman, toe poked at forward, getting back there with Xander. Once again, Reed arrives, but I reckon he's infringed there with the tackle. Yes, said the umpire. So Daniel Xander will take the resultant free kick, half-back flank area for the Magpies as 15 minutes just about to tick over. And they, doubled the score here. 56 plays 28.
8-8 to 3-10. Half-time, it was only 5 points the margin. Meantime, Devils keen to finish with a few more. Kai Tucker goes forward. Perling once again camps himself in the front position. Leak. And it eventually bobbles out of bounds. So boundary throw in inside 50 for the Devils. Umpire Trevor Morrison just having a bit of a chat to the boundary academy boy, and he says throw it in. 35 metres out from Hahndorf's goal. Mount Lofty's goal. Ball bobbling around. Eventually it comes out and it's smothered out of bounds. Joel Leake had the kick.
Just wondering about some of these cars here, Benny, because I did notice when I arrived during the B-grade game, the RAA was here, perhaps when the jumper leads to start some cars. A few cars with the lights on. Yeah. Hopefully they all start at the end of this game. I had an area there was Sykes goes back for it, tries to get it clear, but he's held up there. So umpire Morrison once again will come in and ball it up. So ball up. Weeks, Daniel Roberts, Williams, Hayden, the old firm combining there. Ball goes forward. Babbage, I think it was, good strong approach on the ball. Because he's been a valuable acquisition to Hahndorf since spent the last 2 years playing in York Peninsula for the CMS Crows. Ball out here. Here's a chance for Tucker. Won't sit for him. Karatai getting involved. Also there was, again, Babbage. Got it back to Trenorden around the corner. Oh, that's a very good mark taken there for the Devils. Morby gets it across here to Taggart. So McTaggart right in the centre circle. Arkaba over on Heathfield.
Oh. Hang on, I'll just get to the comments shortly.
So Taggart goes long. Here's a chance. H over the top. Couldn't quite hold it. Going to ground there is Hopgood. Also Weeks. Hopgood coming back over the top of him. The Braden variety. Ball held in. He's pinged him for holding the ball. Hopgood, so he'll take the resultant free kick.
The great man Tomo, he says he's not at home, fellas. Fabio's on the top end of hill. So maybe he's here at the top end.
Up there.
Maybe he's listening in his car.
Well, he's probably thinking the coverage.
Might have to get him to flash his headlights if he is listening.
He might be thinking the coverage is that good. It's almost as if I'm there.
That's fantastic. That's great stuff. And Rob Evans, he says the Devils need a big last quarter. They do, Rob, or they need a... They've played very competitive contests so far.
And another 50 handed out there. So
big game, obviously, next week coming up against the Rams.
Hopgood had the
but
ball.
In the meantime, they need to finish this one well.
He had the ball at half-back flank area, and now if he's good enough, he can have a shot at goal. Got close to the man on the mark, though. He just sets it up here. Roberts from behind brought the ball down, trying to bustle his way through there with Xander. Daniel variety.
Of course,
that's remarkable.
Of course, our man Jaden J. Hill, just on the sick list today. He's watching at home, though, continuing to send through the stats.
Called the wild at the ground. That's fantastic.
Hopefully Jaden's back ready next week.
Do you reckon Tomo takes the phone out when he's playing and when the ball's up the other end and just watches it?
He's one of our favourites.
So Will Healy gets the ball across here. Finds a teammate there, Bennett Wood.
Goal kicker so far, Huxtable, great goal in that third term to bring up his first goal for Hahndorf at A-grade football. We'll just get to the rest shortly as Karatai goes to Hopgood. That's ricocheted off someone out of bounds. Hayden's kicked one. Jaron Males kicked two.
The rest,
Luke Roberts, Joel Parker-Bors, Hoff and Babbage all singles. And for the Devils, Sykes has kicked two and Alex Weeks has kicked one. Devils had a great period in that second term, Pistols. I think they...
Yep.
How many points did they kick in that second quarter? 5 points. 2 goals, 5. Plus one out in the fall.
So the academy boy there just ringing the hand. He's probably getting...
there we go.
Frozen. Frostbite is sitting in here for the young man. Comes down here, Sherman. He's been pretty good.
Needs a pair of gloves or something.
Yeah, high kick. He needs those hand warmers. Ball comes down here. McTaggart thought about socking on. Ball comes out here to Hoff. Tries to thread his way. Stronger tackle applied by Miles. Meanwhile, the ball comes back in front of us, the balcony area, close to the boundary line. Weeks appealing for holding ball. In comes Tripodi late. Sherman, good attack on the ball there on Dylan Hopgood.
Tomo said, I have AirPods in my socks and listen to you boys mid-game.
Fantastic. That's what we like.
Tomo.
A dedicated call to wild followers. Sammy Miles wins a free kick right in front of the balcony faithful. Goes wide. Wes on the lead. Big man lumbers out. Gets the handball back. Ace. Coughs it up. Well done. Weeks went back with a second effort. Also of Ace, but they've coughed this one up. Ball comes out here. Toe poke forward for the Pies. Off the ground. That's through the agency there of Jackie Kleeman.
Brendan Eblin, of course, from Looking Forward, Looking Back.
Man,
Brendan, Wednesday night, 7 to 8. Brendan Eblin, nice work, team. Of course, you can tune in to Brendan every Wednesday night on Lofty 88.9.
Something old, something new. Here's the Shermanator. Over the top. Gives it to Bailey Collins. Has a touch of the fumbles.
That's
Here's
not bad,
Peterson. Here's the footlace. The battle with the number 21s here.
I was going to say she go off the
Peterson.
ground again.
Peterson does.
And again.
Collins is there. This time goes by hand over the top to Ace. Well
Nice.
done. Goes by hand back to Peterson. Damo just puts it down, but intercepted there nicely for the Pies. Sends it back from whence it come. Here's Luke Roberts is going to end up with the ball. Oh, nicely trapped by the fireman. Clever handball back to Trenorden in a heavy part of the ground. Meanwhile, what's the call there?
I mean, definite positives for Mount Lofty today.
Oh, absolutely.
2 quarters have restricted so far Mount Lofty. Hahndorf, the leading scoring side in the comp, to 1 goal, the second and the fourth quarter.
Well, they've got a few mates in not being able to beat Hahndorf this season, as we know, undefeated.
I reckon this is. I might see Jaden still listening. Is this the closest margin this season for a side? I might just see if Jaden can deliver
Collins
that.
at the feet wasn't the best. Set Weeks up with a task. Oh, toe poke forward by Mail. Here, the gate's open here. If Babbage goes to soccer style, will he nail this one in the back of the net? Bounce. And rolls through for a point. Not a bad. If he'd been on target, that would have been the goal of the tournament.
Fair effort. Of course, the Women's Soccer World Cup on at the moment. It's all happening there. A few matches in Adelaide over the coming weeks as well. Get along if you haven't got tickets. Should be good. We'll just see if we've got any more comments coming in here.
Well, you did that. Bennett Wood chips it out. Finds a teammate there. Carmody, the bone digger, puts it up towards Wes Weeks. Another sliding attempt. Mark spilled it out. Parker Piles getting involved again. Alex Weeks in there. Bennett Wood gets it back to Wes Weeks. In the meantime, the whistle is gone. Holding free has been paid to Alex Weeks.
Nick Melvin says the Oval looks grand final worthy. Well, some were saying that it might be worthy of a gather round match, Pistols.
Well, gather round. Well, Unley. That's in the shade with Unley.
Jaden's tuned in. Listen to it. Jaden's already replied on the text.
So,
Jaden says, yes, Benny, so far the highest margin... so far as the margin is 27 points. It's the closest margin.
Great, Mark. Sorry, Benny. It's Carmody over the top like a dry weather day. Gets it nicely across. Finds Ace. On you go.
Jaden. He's delivering lots of stats here. Hang on. Even though he's at home in the sick bed, he's still delivering
stats. War and peace there.
Hang on. Aisha's got the ball meantime. Just hang on. Jaden's stats coming shortly. Meantime, Hopgood. He's held up. Is Tyson Hone all right?
Hone down there, yeah. Leaning rather heavily in the background. You can see where he's got cramp.
Struth. Oh, that's cramp, isn't it?
Yep. Flexing his legs.
In the quarter. All right. Jaden says that second quarter was the first time they were held goalless in a quarter since the grand final. Good stat there, Jaden. And Mail off to the races, kicks the ball forward. Damo Peterson.
And Hoff.
Diving into his legs.
Wow.
Okay.
Yep, in danger.
So far,
so he's paid.
The margin 29 points is the closest margin Hahndorf have won by this season so far. So
Cooper Hoff winning the free kick there for
there,
below the knee area challenge, I suppose. So Hoff has kicked the goal earlier in the game. If he kicks this goal, will make him the equal highest scorer for the season. He's on 26, but unselfishly puts it across here to Xander, I think it is.
That's Joel Parker Boers.
Joe Parker Boers, my apologies. Sorry, Tony. There's no doubt watching across the Nullarbor.
Oh, he's going for I thought he was going for a talk.
He's got just a low trajectory kick to the lead of Mail, who has kicked two. So if he's going to end with 3 in conditions like this, it's a pretty good effort by the Will-o'-the-Wisp forward.
Just chuck the mouth
Just
guard
throw
on
the mouth
turf.
guard away, that's right. Where people walk their dogs every day, but that's all right. Hopefully he'll be soaking in the Dettol after the game, I tell you. Mail sets it with the left foot, and he has indeed kicked 3 goals for the game.
Go and pick up that mouth guard now.
Yeah, put it. So good effort by Jaron Mail. 24 and a half gone, and brave effort here by the Devils. As
Definitely.
Benny said, haven't been disgraced.
Anything else, Jaden, that you'd like to send through? Just do it now. Jaden's not here, but he's here. Still getting those stats through. Anything that captures your attention, Jaden, just send it through on the text line.
Final score, Onkers 18-21 have defeated Ironbank 4-7. Benny?
Oh, here we go, straight on the mark. Hahndorf. If Hahndorf are kept to under 66 points, it will be the lowest score this season Hahndorf have scored. That's just come straight through them from Jaden. He must have his finger on the button 24/7 there. So they're 62 points at the moment, Hahndorf. 9-9 to 3-10. 26 minutes gone. 2-goal quarter. And there it is. So, some bruised bodies today, Pistols. No doubt about that one. They'll be looking for a warm shower, warm bath, and a hot fire, cocoa later on.
So, Mount Lofty.
Brave effort, as you said.
So what's that, 34-point margin in the end? Is that a world record, according to Jaden?
It's the closest margin this season,
Well,
and also Hahndorf's lowest score for the season. And also, first time this season, or since the grand final, that the side has kept Hahndorf goalless in the quarter. So there's some 3 positive, definitely, for the Devils to look after, as we're now on screen. And you've got to get ready to go to the Adelaide Oval.
yes, another big game, another dose of Magpies tonight, but I do like those ones tonight. But yes, heading off down to Collingwood and Port Adelaide, which should be a very good game. But meanwhile, here, as you said, it's been Hahndorf.
Mm-hmm.
Well, when you look at the context of the game, Benny, it was 3-5 to 2 behinds in the first quarter, really set up. They led by 21 points. Devils, as you said, fought back in the second term, trailed by 5 points at half time. And then Hahndorf, the agency coming down the ground, kicked those 4 goals in the third quarter to really put the foot on the throat. 23-point lead at 3-quarter time, and the Devils only scoring the 1 behind in the final term, and Hahndorf running out with victors by 34 points, so they keep their unbeaten record intact after 13 rounds here in the Hills football competition. And you could probably say they'll finish minor premiers, I'd suggest. So it just sets up a very good contest next week for Lofty. Lofty will take on Nan, which will still be a top 3 contest. Nan is second, and Devils holding third, but probably only a game ahead of Onkers.
Tomo enjoyed the call today, so thanks very much, Tomo. All the best. Hopefully on the return over the next few weeks back into Mount Lofty's lineup.
Yeah, we missed the hair and missed him at fullback, that's for sure. So, that just about wraps us up
that's
here.
a wrap.
I'd suggest as the cold.
Just see if there's anything else here.
Anything else we've got? Thank you very much for joining us here this afternoon for our global, worldwide stream. Of course, we've got to thank our stream supporters of the Call of the Wild, of course, Filming Footy, Sports Interactive and Dartfish, of course, HFL sponsors and Police Credit Union, Closey Supermarkets, West End, Sports Power, Sharon, Courier Newspaper, Rossdale Homes, Sports Centre, and of course, very importantly, Think Road Safety. And of course, Benny, the
yes, club sponsors. I mean, you just look around the ground here for Mount Lofty sponsors. But in the meantime, Hagen Menzel Contractors for Hahndorf, Harcourts, Hogan and Rossdale Homes, and for Mount Lofty, we've got Arkaba Hotel, BMD, Duxton Capital, and 24 Fit, and of course all the other sponsors beautifully presented around the ground here at Arkaba Oval in Heathfield. Looks like the major ones there: Duxton Capital, 24 Fit, Australian Paving Centre, LCS Maintenance, Feedsy, Toop and Toop, Burke Urban, And building inspectors Adelaide, Foodland, and screen away. There you go.
Good work, Benny.
Good shout out.
Got it all covered. Of course,
We've got the women's on now. Oh, no.
No,
We've got
no.
the Moddies.
got the Moddies, Hahndorf, and we might have to do overtime. I think not, because we'll be like a block of ice by the end of this game.
We're done.
But we must thank, once again, our technical crew do a fantastic job. Will, fantastic work. Will Laws, our producer, and also James Davis, the extraordinary work behind the camera, as always. Fantastic work. And for you, Benny,
Yes,
well done.
terrific.
And once again, a big cheerio to our man, Jaden J. Hill,
See if
who's
he's, I think
couldn't
that's
be
it.
here in
Good work,
flesh,
Jaden.
but,
Thanks for the stats today.
sending it in the stats. So another big day of footy. As we said, the only other score we can tell you, Onka Valley 18-21 have defeated Ironbank 4-7 in the one of the other games just over the hill here from Heathfield.
So where are we next Saturday?
So next week, once again, Mount Lofty, and as I said, Nan blockbuster out there at
Second versus third, is it?
yeah, Cube Logistics Oval in Nan. So looking very much forward to that. So we'll catch the same time, same channel next week. So on behalf of all the crew, Jeff Pistola saying thanks for joining us. Keep chasing your goals, and we'll catch you next time here on
and
the Call to Wild.
Oh, just one more thing. If you
Yes.
tuned into Lofty 88.9,
Yes.
keep it locked.
Yeah,
Keep it locked at 5 o'clock on Lofty 88.9.
very, very good show. Lofty Lounge. I've
Lofty
tuned in
Lounge
myself.
is a good DJ.
James has even acknowledged he loves it too.
Good
so
show
we
coming
all
up
like
at
Will. He
5.
loves it too. So we
Yeah.
all like Lofty Lounge. So get on it. So without further ado, thanks for joining us here on the Call to Wild. Keep chasing your goals. See you next time.